Okay, we're on.
All right, welcome back everyone to Oracle Outlaws. I'm Vaia.
Jeni.
It's been almost a year since our last post.
Which is wild because we've had like 3 or 4 relaunches at this point, I think. I think we're actually going to do it this time.
We've locked in.
We have all the equipment.
Yes. There was a lot with the astrology and I think with things happening in our lives that just needed to commence before we really honed in on what we're doing.
I think so, because I'm like, oh my god, you got married, you had a baby,
got
a divorce.
Got a divorce.
And then all the others, it's just been a lot. And then I had a store.
Yeah.
I opened a store, closed a store, moved. Yeah, it's been a lot. So I think we're finally...
We've lived lifetimes in the past year.
Yeah, so we had to clear it all, or experience
and then a bunch of detox, purge, healing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And today is the cosmic moon of presence, which it's the first day of that month cycle for the Mayan calendar. And 13 is the key to the Mayan galactic codes of fourth dimensional time and to the annual lunation cycles by which Earth is guided in her solar path, 13 moons in motion, where 12 represents the coherent formation of the sacred circle, 13 signifies the expansive spirit of the ascending spiral. So without the transcendent quality of 13, the force of circulation itself, 12 can leave us feeling locked into like 3D density, whereas 13 creates a radial time and activates the cosmic spiral. So I feel like, today is also the yellow sun, and so there is fire, universal, what is it? Oh, I didn't turn to the page here. Yellow sun enlightens universal fire and life. And there's a crown chakra activation happening, and today marks the beginning of the month with the totem of the turtle, which is a very feminine symbol for time and for the earth, because the turtle has the, I think, hexagonal patterns on its shell that are in a symmetry that represents like a calendar.
Yeah, which is so cool.
And we call America Turtle Island.
Do we?
In Native American indigenous culture.
Turtle Island? Oh, that's so
Turtle
interesting.
Island.
Okay.
Which would be really dope if it was an actual turtle.
Yeah. Oh my god, what if it was?
I feel like it could be.
If you like uncovered everything.
Yeah, it's just been,
like,
it's just been, that could be what all of California's earthquakes are. Like maybe that's where the turtle's butt is.
I never thought of that. It's supposed to break off into the ocean too at some point.
Yeah. And Florida is like,
everything's just kind of supposed to like break off and float away.
Florida might be below sea level by 2040.
Oh my gosh. I didn't, because I grew up in California, and so like as a kid we were always waiting for the big one, and it was always like California's gonna break off into the ocean, but I mean it still hasn't happened. Still waiting. Yeah.
Still waiting
for the big one, and still waiting for California to just float away.
Yeah. I felt my first earthquake ever when I was pregnant, and I was in my car.
Really?
And I felt my car just like do this like back and forth jostle, because I it's a shoebox of a car.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was that? And then I look it up, and they just did like an earthquake warning like shortly after.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Do you remember
last
that?
year? Yeah, because it affected Northern California, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yeah,
but they sent it out to us as well.
I remember that.
So
because we could feel it, and you felt it.
I felt it.
It's funny, I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
When I grew up around, like, I just grew up with earthquakes, because Southern California, we just had them.
Oh, just
we're
all
so
the
used to
time.
them. Yeah.
That was my first one.
Because my stepdad, when he moved down, he was living in Washington, but he moved in with us. I was like 11, and we had an earthquake, and he like panicked. He like ran out into the street. I was like, oh my god.
I feel like it's not what you're supposed to do.
And my mom and I were just walking around casually like, what are you doing? Like, come back. Like, it's just an earthquake.
He's like, we're all gonna die. This is the end.
And we had like cracks in our house from each earthquake that like it would just get progressively
bigger
with each one. It was just so normal. It's just funny.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't experienced it, it is. I guess, whatever natural disaster you grow up with, you kind of just get used to it. Because I feel like a tornado or a hurricane would freak me out.
Yeah.
Because I've never been in one.
I've been in some crazy stuff in Missouri. They would have like hurricane or like storm warnings. Because I think they would have like tornadoes over there or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And I had to like go down in the bunker.
Oh my God. The bunker.
And I was just hanging out while the storm passed, and I was like, this is really weird. But my sister would go through them all the time when she lived there, and she was like so used to it. She was like, just hang out in the basement with the cats. And I was like,
bring ice cream.
And I think that's why all their and then their houses are all like growing mold because of all the moisture problems around there. So it's just like insane weather there. Oh, and the bugs look prehistoric.
Oh my God, like
huge bugs.
The humidity grows large things.
They have like exoskeletons. They're like, they look prehistoric.
That's wild.
And that was Missouri, and no one knew what a guava or a papaya,
like a tropical fruit,
or a dragon fruit was.
Whoa.
So that was interesting. It was very Matrix.
Yeah.
There were like all the houses looked the same. Everybody dressed the same.
Oh no.
And the way like people bonded through like bars and tailgate parties.
Oh man.
And they would get like the sports teams like tattooed on their bodies.
Whoa, that's hardcore.
It was like pretty hardcore.
I guess that's why I live on the West Coast.
And that's why I came back, you guys. So we're gonna talk today about
the false light.
Yes.
And it's wide ranging, I think. I don't know where you want to start. I don't know if you want to start with like the church stuff.
Ooh.
Or like the spiritual gurus or like the new age. It all kind of basically ties in together. I mean, it's all like extremes of the same pole.
It is.
But you've had like first-hand experience with the church.
Yeah. I could start with that.
You want to start there, and then we could kind of
branch off from there, because my upbringing was a little unconventional because it was Christian, but I was raised in my parents, especially my dad is a part of the Lord's Recovery, which is this branching off like subsect of Christianity, really started by these two brothers. One of them I think was martyred, at least one of them, from China. So there was Witness Lee and Watchman Nee, and I don't know, I can't remember which one died in jail, but like they wrote, I think, some literature and started a movement that was going to be the movement of Christianity like in China, communist China, and it was really like they laid their lives down for it, and I really respect that. It's just that the churches that have been created from that are the way that the Bible was translated. It's from a man who is like being oppressed by communist China, and he really like misinterpreted a lot of the Bible by taking it very literally. And there was a lot of, I want to say, like taking things out of context and mistranslations, and like to the point that like all the literature that comes out now is so contradictory in on itself. It folds in on itself, and it also has like led people, I think, astray in a lot of ways. I think one thing they get right in this church is they don't believe in like putting people in a position of pastoralship. Like they believe everybody in the church needs to be like a functioning member of Christ's body. But that's what I grew up in, essentially, were these home churches that really were, it was all I knew. Like, I didn't really have, because I was homeschooled, I didn't, like, go out and have friends in the world or do, like, I didn't do public school. And so I feel like that gave me some tools because homeschooling gave me my free thought, and my mom is a very intelligent woman, and she's like the one who educated all of us. But then there were parts of it that just were not, I think, of God.
Okay.
Like, I threw away Christianity when I was in my teens, and I went the other direction where I just went completely new age, like witchy, and
I feel like that's really common.
It's really common,
yeah.
And I think that we live in an area where that is flourishing.
Yeah.
Like, you can dabble in every kind of new age modality around here. That's just it. Like, really is a vortex for that. And I went headfirst into all these literature. I studied so many different things. I was going from like India to Buddhism monks to like I read the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I was like getting into some really interesting like yoga and all that to say, like I think I got frustrated with the new age community because I realized that like most people that I've bonded to who have that stance don't have good boundaries. And so it was interesting because like I felt like I wanted to get away from the religious spirit, and that is a huge problem in I want to say like Western modern Americanized Christianity is like the sterilized religious spirit. Everybody conforms to each other. They don't celebrate I want to say like diversity of ethnicity and cultures. They kind of are like averse to that. But then you go into the new age community and they're like, oh, Satanism's fine. Like, we just accept everything. They're like, yeah, like, let's do a seance and let's like worship the devil, and that's just like
or it's like disguised with the light. We're like, oh, yeah, worshiping light beings, but they're actually like, demons.
They're actually demons
in disguise. I'm like, you have to be so discerning. Because they come through as light.
Yeah.
It reminds me of just like a Luciferic energy. Like, oh, I'm a light.
That's exactly what Lucifer does. Is he he presents himself as a being of light. Oh my goodness, that's a great point. That's literally biblical.
And I feel like that's why it's been so easy to hijack the new age.
Yes.
Because it's definitely been hijacked and infiltrated and
yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, continue.
Yeah, I would just say, because I could go on and on about my journey with Christianity, because it's been like a full circle experience where I've like come into my Saturn return, and I'm not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. I'm like, I love Jesus. I am Christian. I've been baptized thrice, once very recently. And at the same time, like, I still do my card shit, and I still love crystals, and I still work with like energy. I use really protective prayers every single day now, and even if I'm going to war in the spiritual, like against the reptilians, against archons, against demons, I will pray protection over myself and my loved ones and our belongings, properties, and health, because that will all get targeted if you are going to warfare in prayer without that protection. And then, where was I going with that?
Just kind of coming full circle, like you went to...
Yeah, because...
religion to New Age back to...
My first... Even though I grew up in the church, I was very fixated on, like, I was journaling when I was 10 about how I was going to hell and God hated me. Aww. So clearly there was something going on in my upbringing that, like, there wasn't healthy messages always being taught.
It's like, it can be very guilt-producing. Like
very guilt and shame. It was very, like, it was weird. But then my first encounter with Jesus was when I was in corpse pose in a yoga class. And I was literally I started going to a church shortly after that for the first time in years. I told myself I'd never go into a church again. And then it was like, suddenly I'm going to church. And in that church, they're like, you look bad. And I was like, I literally, like, I'm here because of yoga.
Yoga sent me here.
Yoga sent me here. And I've also, like, I have encountered God, like, twice after that. One time being very, very recent, and then the second time before that was probably a dream I had at least like 5 months ago. But like, I'm having supernatural encounters where I'm experiencing God and God's talking to me. I never had that growing up in the church.
Yeah, you hadn't like tapped into that.
I hadn't tapped into that. And
I feel like the church can kind of take away the magic, and some of the, like, doesn't show you the tools. Like, you kind of, like, you went to the New Age and got some tools and then went back to the church. You know what I mean?
I think that's what happened.
Because, okay, so this is so interesting. I'll just interject really quick. But
yes.
When I first met you, you were in your New Age era.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you, like, got married. I feel like you went back to the church during your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it was really funny because it was not that long ago. Like, it was earlier this year that you were like, well, what was really funny was you gave me all your Oracle cards to sell because the church said they were bad.
That's right.
But, like, for some reason, I was just like, I know I need to keep these for her. I'll just keep them safe.
I can't believe you did that.
And then you came back and you were like, oh, because I was like, I didn't sell them. I was like, do you want your cards back?
Yes.
Or what do you want me to do with them? I was like, do you want me to sell them? Because I closed the store, obviously, but I was going to have a yard sale. I'm like, do you want me to sell it in my yard sale? And you were like, oh, actually, I think I want them back. And so it was so interesting.
And that was like over a month later. I tried to pull a Doreen Virtue.
Did you?
Because Doreen Virtue literally was like, oh, it's all evil, everything New Age. All the goddesses are satanic. All the, she said she tried to like say, I was watching all her videos.
At the time,
like, not unironically, I was watching Doreen Virtue.
When you were doing the New Age, or just recently?
When I was like throwing out my cards at the time.
Okay.
I was like on a literal Doreen Virtue like kick.
Okay, like the after.
Where she was like,
okay.
You have to cancel all of it because it's all evil. Like, she was saying crystals were evil. She was saying sound healing was evil.
Oh my gosh.
Which I'm like, you know what's evil? The frequencies they emit at us every day through the 5G towers.
I just wonder what happened to her.
She got traumatized, clearly. I really believe she had an encounter with like probably the devil himself.
Yeah.
And it like scared her into the opposite direction.
That's what I think. I'm like, it must have been some crazy.
And I almost became her. It was like she was a potential timeline that I was exploring of like, I should just go all the way back to the church. And like, it was the wool over my eyes of like, oh yeah, because it's so much easier to just like write it all off than to actually develop discernment and boundaries and energy work where you're getting what you want from the supernatural without being too open to like the demonic and the lower forces and entities. Because what happened was I had my TBI and then I started having supernatural encounters with the aliens. But then that makes you a target for like these 3-letter agencies that send infiltrative encounters your way to basically, I think, perform tests on you and figure out why they're targeting you, the aliens, or why they're like collaborating with you.
Yeah.
And so then you have these dark encounters, and then you think that because you had dark encounters, you just need to cut it all off.
Bad, right?
And that's sort of what I did for 2 years. Like, I just cut off all of my alien encounters because I was like, oh, it's opened a door for darker things. But now on a regular basis, I have both benevolent and malevolent encounters at night. It's been like an airport for supernatural beings to just like come through all the time.
Just in the night.
It's just like every other night is just like such an experience at this point. But like, I finally have like figured out, I'm like, I know how to set boundaries so that I get the benevolence without all the icky stuff. And it's really like prayer and protection through Jesus has been my saving grace. I just like say a protective prayer every night and it's like spared me of some like crazy things. I won't go too far into that right now, but so the reason I went so far into like being like conservative Christian with no energetic magical affiliations anymore was because like in my marriage, like my husband at the time was really open to everything, and he was like dabbling in things that were like bringing in like demons into our house, and it was really scary, and I just wanted to like protect my daughter. And so that's why I think I went the Doreen Virtue route, was literally fear. Like I was just scared of everything, and I was like felt alone. I was like a new mom and had all my mama bear instincts, but through hypnosis I was told that I was going to do oracle readings, and that was a part of my journey.
Oh, is this the QHHT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we could get into that later.
That's
Sorry to like.
Yeah. No. Totally. We jump all over the place.
I know,
yeah.
but it's. We'll have to talk about that Dolores Cannon, because like I have been connected to her in ways that are so profound and are just still unfolding. She was really an amazing being, and I watched Doreen Virtue's video shitting on her.
She? Oh my gosh.
Didn't have anything of substance to really use against her, because she's perfect. Dolores Cannon is amazing.
She's amazing.
She is definitely like an angel used by God. So all that to say, like I'm in this happy middle place where I really feel like the Ethiopian Bible, the Book of Enoch, and the Passion Translation probably encompass more of what my relationship to God has been.
Okay.
And Spirit Empowered Truth and Joseph Prince on YouTube are my absolute favorite biblical references. They're powerful messages that are like alive. And Bobby Scholler, I love Bobby Scholler. He's this guy in like, I think like Orange County, California, or something like that. And he's like fighting the Matrix, but he is so tapped in, like really, really prophetic. And he keeps trying to make the prophetic normal in the church, which as like I went back to Christianity through the Pentecostal, which is the most like hokey pokey part of Christianity you could ever join.
Yeah.
And it's truly the most real. Like they have performed miracles. That's how I got my like herpes cured. Both like the 1 and 2, because I always had herpes 1, and then God like cured me of that too.
Like both of them.
Both of them.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Like it was just a...
He was just like, let me just like make sure you know that I did that, you know, because if it was just number 2, people would kept telling me like, oh, it was just a false positive or whatever. And I'm like, no, he like literally got rid of all the herpes, like even my mouth ones.
Amazing.
So that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then that church, that was through Tony Kim, and he got an award from President Biden at the time for his like healing humanity, because he was like healing so many people. He was healing people of like cancer. He made eyeballs grow back. He made limbs grow back.
Wait, what?
He was like,
Wow.
Like people's legs would like get like inches longer.
Wait a second. So how is this like? Is this like known, or is this like?
It's known. Tony Kim.
Yeah, I don't know him. I've never heard of him.
Well,
but, like, why are we not growing?
Why are we not
using this? Like,
well, I'm like, we can like send him back here, please. Like,
where'd he go?
Where did he go? For real, like, he should just be like at every we should have a Tony Kim at every hospital.
Still around? Like, did they like?
No, he's still alive.
Off him because they're like, oh.
I think he's still practicing. I could like look that up on my phone and check really back in.
Interesting to look into, because that's like amazing stuff.
But that's actually like pretty common in the Pentecostal to have people do that.
Yeah.
So like Pastor Ivan Roman, like he's healed people like that. Like he's healed people of deafness and like healed back problems and
wild.
Just like a lot of like crazy supernatural stuff where like he'll have like gold powder come off his hands. Like there's just like insane things that have happened. Em was saying that I think she and I were talking about how like every prophetic a message we've been given by Ivan is like still coming to pass, even though we both like really wrote it off at the time for different reasons. We were like, no, that's not our timeline, and then it would like play out.
Oh, interesting.
So he's like super accurate with his messages.
Okay. Wait, did she go to the same church as you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
It was crazy. We were going to the same church and we didn't know each other at the time.
Yeah. You guys both knew Lexi, right?
We both knew Star.
Oh, Star. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And this is the, should I say the name of the church if I'm going to be like talking about it?
I don't know. Does that give us away where we live?
I mean,
probably don't. I think we can name names, maybe not locations.
Yeah, let's just name names. And so
I mean, if local people tune into this, they'll know the names.
You'll know.
The rest of the world doesn't know.
Yeah.
I actually love naming names. Girl, how many bridges do we want to burn?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
I'm all for torching it down. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of false light, can we talk about like the twin rays and the Haven?
Yes, and okay, so I don't know that much about them, but I know like tidbits.
Okay.
And like I can tell you some funny like cashier experiences.
They tried to recruit me because
did they?
You know what? I make an amazing cult member.
Oh yeah,
all the cults want me.
Yeah. Because you're just all in.
I'm all in.
You're like, I love it. This sounds great.
I will wear the outfits. I will say the mantras. I will do whatever. Hire me. So, the Haven comes into town and they're like, we're gonna charge $300 for a bottle of chlorophyll or whatever, and like they had two members of their cult. They would all wear white.
Yes.
And the guys would like complement that with blue, and the women would complement that with pink.
They had the costume down.
They had the costume.
Sure.
They had so they would have
the cult costume.
blessed, enlightened, high frequency jewelry that you could buy, and basically like the more money you gave them, the more fancy your necklace would be. Kind of like
Scientology,
like a stamp of honor. Yeah,
like you can just the more money you give,
the more money you give, the better the costume,
the higher up you get.
Yeah, and a lot of older lonely people would like buy into it. Mm-hmm. But the main members were all very, I want to say, attractive looking people,
like younger,
youthful. And there was a couple. The guy, he looked like Jesus, and then the gal, she was just a very beautiful, I want to say like Islander woman. I don't know what her ethnicity was, but they tried to pawn them as like a couple. Okay, but the Jesus guy was super gay. But they tried to say that they were the incarnation of like Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
Oh no.
And they one time had an event where they charged people like hundreds of dollars for like a special secret event that was gonna like align all their chakras or whatever. And turns out it was just that you got to sit and like stare at them, this couple.
Oh my gosh.
Like
taking the Jesus, Mother Mary.
You got to be in their presence and be blessed by them by staring at them. And they would like sit on a cushion above you.
Oh wow.
And you just got to like, worship them as
worship and adore
the deities and idols that they are.
Wow.
So sweet. Really generous that they did that for us, because more people need that Jesus Mary energy. And for $250, no, just kidding. You too can sit in the presence of Jesus and Mary.
Be graced by her.
So I think it was at this point they started to really enrage people, but before that there were signs. This guy told me things about how they were like criminals and they were doing some money things that were really like under the table. One time we had a frequency fluctuation in the Schumann resonance of the earth, like a pulsing, there was an increase of like the Schumann resonance, and they tried to say it was because they went on a trip to, I think, like Peru and like did an offering there.
Oh my god,
so
they did
it was
like an activation or something.
An activation. So they did like a ley line activation for us to increase the Schumann resonance of the earth.
This is so, I feel like the ley line activations are like a thing with some of these like spiritual gurus, whatever we want to call them.
I think they just want to travel.
Yeah.
But then like also feel like they did something for us. They're like we went on a journey.
Yeah.
We drank some pina coladas. Mm-hmm. We were by an ocean. We did some ayahuasca, but also we saved you. We saved the earth on our little tourist mission.
This is so funny. We'll have to circle back to this a little bit.
Yes. Oh, and it gets worse because then they collaborated. I think what dug them 6 feet under was collaborating with the Twin Rays because, I mean, it was a double narcissistic couple that went to Egypt. One gal comes out of it with a fake British accent and is channeling who knows what.
Sort of
and she's saying
entity.
Whatever entity she picked up on that trip. Not even a real British entity. Just like a fake British
Madonna's entity.
It's like a Madonna level entity.
Pals.
And so they come back from this trip. And they decided they're, I don't know, like some kind of Egyptian gods. I don't even remember who they thought they were. It was so forgettable. And they were like, we're going to heal people. Just like give us all your money and we will heal you. And so the Twin Rays, you know, they consider themselves like these eternal twin flame couple.
Okay.
And with the power of their love, you know, they could heal anybody. Mm-hmm. So there was this woman who had cancer and she was like giving them all her money to like be healed of it. And when it wasn't working and she was like dying, they were like, you just didn't believe enough. Like they basically were just
so
like
gaslighting.
The most gaslighting ever.
Gosh.
They were just like, and so you like,
it's all your fault.
I guess you just don't want to get better.
Just didn't try hard enough.
You didn't want to heal your cancer.
Oh my gosh, it's so toxic.
So they got chased out of town. I mean, that woman probably gave them like $25,000.
That's crazy.
They were giving her like the most basic ass stuff. You know, it could have been like a bottle. It could have been like a flower essence or something.
Yeah.
I really
Which actually probably would have healed her.
Which
better
actually
than whatever they gave her.
Exactly. That's literally what I was going to say.
Tap water.
It was actually tap water.
And then they just like blessed it a little bit.
I think they just like blessed like a regular like herb that you get at like a grocery store, and they were like, "This is
it's probably from China, contaminated with lead." It probably like furthered her cancer.
It probably furthered it.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit on the cults that we've dealt with, but you know what? That was like a test, and it proved that people here are dumb, but they're not that dumb.
Kind of dumb.
They're super dumb. But they wouldn't go to that low.
Oh, that was a little too bad. That was a bridge too far even.
That was too far for even them to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, and for that, bonus point.
Yeah.
1 point for you guys.
You get a gold star.
But it's still, we have a long way to go as far as this area, learning about spiritual boundaries and not just like
there's a lot of
taking on entities like hotcakes and just seeing how many you can put into one body and calling it enlightenment.
You can hold them as entities.
Because like even with ayahuasca ceremonies, right? Because it's a really sacred medicine, but then they keep doing it in groups. And I'm like, that's demonic.
There's so much,
because you have entities hopping out of people when they're on that medicine. And they're just like going to the next person. And so people like come out of these like messy ceremonies with practitioners who aren't always of the best, who don't have the best intentions. And so like these plant medicine circles, I hate the whole idea of like doing plant medicine in a group.
Oh yeah,
I just hate it
for that.
I don't know who. I think it was functionality or like money thing that started that.
It lost its sacredness.
And then you're experiencing things that you think are angelic or like higher dimensional beings, and it's literally just like demons messing with you.
Totally.
And I had that even. I did ayahuasca once And that's all it took. And I prayed to God. I was like, I need this to be without demons. Like, I need to...
Just keep the demons out of it, please.
I need to not come out of this with a fake British accent. And so God literally provided. He gave me the best of both worlds. It happened to be the smallest ceremony that was ever practiced by those people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was people who had been doing it for a long time, who had really strong rapport. They always did a very sacred container. And oh my God, it was like, even in that, I did not have any entities come interface
That's
with
right.
me.
You didn't. Yeah, and I was like, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want them to show up when you're on ayahuasca.
You don't want that like glowing violet light being.
Yes.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. And a lot of people think they want that.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm gonna go into ayahuasca and I'm gonna meet Isis or whatever. Which Isis, I will just say this, she is a whore and she loves orgies and debauchery. Why would you want to be representing Isis?
The priestess of
she's
Isis,
literally a demon. Like, not to be Doreen Virtue right now, but like, she's demonic. And then oh God, what else was I gonna say? So I didn't have any entities come to me, and I didn't throw up any of the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came out of it with what I needed the most, which is just to be able to wake up in the morning and have the strength to lift my daughter up the stairs, because I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah.
And after that ceremony, I was able to do that.
Yeah. Do you think you got kind of like a soul retrieval?
It was.
Like, okay.
I like purged something through my throat, and I literally like felt an energy like move up my body to the point that I had to like sit up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like started like screaming and singing and like crying harder than I've ever cried. And then my jaw was like vibrating. It was like releasing all the energy through my jaw. I was just like, ugh. Like,
yeah.
Like I didn't vomit, but I did sort of
different
like
kind of purge
through my throat chakra.
It sounds like you kind of shook stuff out too.
It was a huge shaking.
Yeah.
And at one point I literally like felt like I was purging the energy of an insect, because I started behaving like an insect.
Interesting.
And so I felt like it was an archon, insectoid energy, because it's been like I've been dealing with what I can only describe to be like a long haul COVID type of fatigue.
A parasitic
for
insect
like
energy.
3-4 years now. And that ceremony like helped transmute that. And then it also, after that ceremony, was when I started to have supernatural encounters on like a regular basis. So it did blast open my pineal gland, my third eye, and just basically decalcified all that, to the point that now the supernatural is just like the everyday for me.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad I didn't have all those like fun encounters in the ceremony.
Because now it's just like, it just did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
And then now you can.
This is not a promotion for ayahuasca.
Oh.
But I did just want to like throw that out there because
well, I think done responsibly and with intention.
But there's so many people who end up just becoming like they make it into their new,
it's their new addiction. It's weird because they're like, oh, it's not addictive, it's plant medicine, but it's the same family as cocaine.
Yeah.
Like it's,
And I've met people who have done it a bunch.
Yeah.
And they don't evolve. They just get more narcissistic or more like narrow-minded or compartmentalized. It's like they have a part of them that's been blasted open, but then they don't actually...
They can't integrate it.
Yeah. They don't become better.
No, it actually kind of downward spirals them. People who like just continually do it. It's what was I gonna say? It like they come back with an ego that's 10 times bigger and 20 entity attachments and
exactly.
And I've noticed it makes people really scattered. Like it does. I don't know if it does some kind of splits.
Ooh, yeah.
But it definitely like makes it's that chaotic spider energy that we talk about.
The 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. And that like Black Widow spider web where it's chaos.
It's chaos.
There's no.
There's oh my gosh.
It does compartmentalize, like you said.
Like you're totally out to lunch.
Yeah, checked out.
And you're just like,
nobody's home.
I'm enlightened, and you're like going around, and you have like the eyes where you're just like, hello.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Inhabitants in my body.
Oh, and so that's the entity thing, is like entities will make you so space cadet-y.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
And so that's the thing about, like, it's part of, in psychology, they have the INF, internal family systems, IFS, and then they have things like dissociative identity disorder, which is basically just like an entity illness.
Yeah.
And people have varying degrees of that. And when you have multiple beings inside of you, you won't remember a huge part of your life because every being has its own memories.
Yeah.
So then, like, if you're channeling one of the beings, you're not going to remember what you were doing when you were channeling the other being.
Yeah.
So that's where the spaciness comes in. And I will say, like, can I just talk about the occult for a sec?
Yeah.
Because I cannot stand when people, like, think the occult is a good idea, because I've literally gone to, like, an occult mass, and first of all, it's a whole riff off of Christianity. None of it's original.
I know, like, they have mass.
It's all just like a perversion of Christianity, like, but they still take communion, but it's usually just like some guy like jizzed into it with like the original like occult communion.
You know what's interesting about communion? I just want to say real quick.
Go for it.
It's like it's the body of Christ and the blood of Christ.
Yes.
That's like cannibalism. You're eating the body of Christ, drinking the blood of Christ. And so that's like, oh wait, what, isn't that interesting?
It's
so like
interesting.
so I feel like some things in Christianity where they've been hijacked or like were from different origins and they somehow made their way into Christianity.
It's hard to
like,
say because I feel like the blood of Christ, like, there is power in the blood of Christ to cancel but I think not drinking it, the symbology of, but the drinking of it and drinking of it is like, that's so cannibalistic, and I'm like, where along the way did that get inverted? Because I think that, like, I'm gonna have to like read my Ethiopian Bible and get back to you.
Yeah, because I think somewhere along the way it just got misinterpreted or just skewed by design. Yeah. Like a trap. I mean, so with Thelema, the OTO, with Freemasonry, these are all subsects of the Illuminati. And then the Illuminati, those are the beings that are the reptilians that like sacrifice and eat the children. And so the reason I find it ridiculous is like, you know, all their rituals are either an inversion of Christian rituals or they're like you're based in Freemasonry, first degree or whatever, you have to take an oath that like basically swears that if you like don't do or abide by the laws of Masonry, you will like kill yourself. So it's a curse that you put on yourself like immediately. That is crazy. And you won't just die, but you'll die like horribly. Is like what they make you swear. And they blindfold you and you're naked and it's like a whole thing. Like, who would even want to sign up for that? I just want to know. Like I mean, they do say that they want, because I didn't have it. Akasha's dad had a copy of, and he wasn't Freemason, like he's against all that stuff. He's not into that at all, but he found it at like an estate sale or something, and it was like one of the original like Freemason books. I forget the name of it, but it's like their Bible basically. And so it was interesting, but they actually say in there that like, oh, when you're recruiting people, like you want to go for ones that aren't too smart. And it's just like, it's in the book. It's actually in there. It's in like, there. It's in words. You don't want too smart because you don't want people questioning. Like, but you have to be kind of dumb. But like smart enough to like be able to like function, like do some of the stuff, but like not.
Well, here's the thing: the higher up you go, for example, in Thelma, if you go up in degrees, you will eventually be the hermit sage of the Illuminati.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's right there on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people say, no, that's different. I'm like, that's why you're a part of it.
Because you're not
and then
connecting the dots.
The whole mass ritual that they do is you pledge your oath to the Babylon goddess. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, it's a different Babylon. It's not the one from the Bible that's evil. Because they spell it different, right? So it's totally different.
Oh, so it's different.
Totally different.
Again.
You're not worshipping the heinous sorceress mistress of the Bible that is like the one on the beast. Just ignore the fact that you also like worship the beast, and then just ignore the fact that you also worship like the demiurge. Like, it's insane. Mm-hmm. You know, and they like, you really have to be really dumb. But like the thing about like the like occult too is they love like their Egyptian gods. So they love Isis and Osiris.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's something to that because, first of all, Isis, she's a bitch. I don't like her. And then Osiris, I mean, it's basically incest to begin with, I think. Mm-hmm. Most Egyptian mythology is incest. And then it's also just, like, it's weird because, you know, the pyramids were these anchors and portals, and they were these electrical energy centers, if you read, like, Ancient High Tech by Joseph Stewart. But there's not like a good rapport with the actual Egyptian, like, there's a reason, I'll say this, there's a reason God's people wanted to get out of there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Like, the whole metaphors of escaping Egypt in the Bible is not to be downplayed.
That's interesting because the pharaohs were like not good guys.
No, in the Bible. They were tyrants.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder. Yeah.
And so I couldn't really get into
like the original Hebrew would say.
Like what the...
Yeah, I'm just like wondering what that version is because, you know, the Bible's been so edited, and I just wonder like how the story...
Well, the original story wasn't even that the Israelites were trying to leave Egypt permanently, because technically they were all kind of like, it started out as like indentured labor, and then it just got more and more abusive and cruel. And so they were like, we need to get out of here. And then what ended up happening was Moses took the lead in asking Pharaoh if they could go out to the wilderness to worship for like 3 days or something. Like, and then they were all going to come back. And then God was like, I'm going to one-up you. You're going to leave, and Pharaoh's going to not want you to come back. And that was like the whole, that's why all the plagues happened and everything, was to like get Pharaoh so fed up with having them there that he was like, you have to take all your curses with you. Like, just go.
He hung in there though.
He hung in there. It's kind of crazy because back when I was like open to everything, I think Hathor was trying to come to me a lot.
Okay.
And I was like, I just don't vibe with you.
Yeah.
I don't trust you because you're from the Egyptian deities. Yeah. And I didn't want to interface with any of them because I have a Christian history and you guys aren't great. And so I never like interfaced with Hathor, but she did want to interface with me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where discernment comes in, because
definitely,
just because a deity wants to interact with you doesn't mean you should interact with it.
Also, I feel like, exactly, and I feel like when they reach out to you, that's kind of suspicious.
It's super suspicious.
Instead of like you reach, because you have to like, I feel like when you reach out and they respond, that's different than like, oh, they're trying to like get you.
I used to like, okay, so Hindu deities, technically not deities because They're considered monotheistic, but they're just different emanations of the same God. Which that's really, I mean, there's hundreds of emanations, and at that point, it's like, how many do you need? Ganesh. First of all, any guy with a pot belly who rides on a rug of rats, probably not a great,
not the best
date like involve in your life. But I was like a desperate whore, and I was at a place where they had a big Ganesh statue, and it was after a rough breakup, and so I did an offering, and I was like, I wasn't even asking for a partner. Yeah. I was just like, hey, I'm sad. Here's an offering for you to like maybe make my life better. And then I meet my my husband shortly after, and he's named after Ganesh. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's meant to be.
Instead of like, be careful what you call it.
Yeah. And I was like, perfect. And what's funny is that whole union didn't work out, obviously. But I did get my daughter, which is amazing. And I just will never work with Ganesh again, because that was the most messy thing I've ever gone through. Like, it was actually hell. I would do it all again, but I don't have to, and I wouldn't choose that kind of experience for myself. So like, people need to be careful. Like, when you do offerings to, like, okay, the kirtan thing that's been like so trendy.
Yeah, super trendy. Beware of anything trendy.
Beware of spiritual trends, because they're always the worst. Literally, kirtan is so... You're worshiping like Hanuman and like Shiva and Ganesh. You're worshiping Hindu deities, and you're just a white person who keeps saying Jai as J because you don't know the difference, because you've never been to India.
Oh my gosh.
And you're like, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai. And you know, they're doing their little ridiculous like mantra chants that they know nothing about. Yeah. They're invoking deities that they know nothing about. Right. And they're making agreements and worshiping like entities that they know nothing about. And I'm just like, this is the most dumb, like, this is sorry, like instant karma for white people who want to just like wear other people's cultures and not know what they're interfacing with. That's all I'll say about that.
I almost feel like that about ayahuasca. I'm like, we're not jungle people.
We
weren't made for that medicine. Yeah. So it's just interesting how like we'll take these things that weren't meant for us, and it usually backfires.
Well, you know how psilocybin entered the U.S. was through, so it used to be held so sacred that the shamans, they were isolated in their use of the mushrooms from any of the rest of the world, this indigenous tribe. And then this one woman, you know, this white guy comes along, and she offers him some of the medicine against the will of the rest of the people of this tribe. And they like had warned her, they're like, that's against our oaths, that's against what we do. Well, this white guy ended up, you know, being like a total charlatan. Like, he stole all the medicine and basically like made it into like an American commodity. And then she ended up like, I mean, they burnt her house, they like severely punished her. Her name was Sabina something. And like, even the way that psilocybin has entered America is so cursed.
Oh yeah.
And that's part of why you can't trust the fact that the government is on board with cannabis, because look what they did to cannabis.
Oh yeah.
As soon as it became a government commodity, they hybridized it to
Mhm.
no end
Mhm.
and made it into the most poisonous thing that you can take on a regular basis for your brain and your body.
Mhm.
There are so many people in insane asylums because of cannabis, and they're like keeping it on the DL now because it's a liability.
Oh yeah, and cannabis used to be
healing. It used to be ganja, and when it was ganja, like ganja in Africa, you blend up the leaves, the stems. You're smoking all of it, and you're barely getting high, and it's giggle grass.
Yeah.
You're having a good freaking time.
Yeah.
There was a comedian. He was like, "We used to laugh, man. We used to laugh, you know." And now, when you take weed, you're going on a psychedelic trip, and you're actually interfacing with entities.
It's like preach it.
I'm just like so over people like smoking cannabis and being potheads. Like, we have the biggest problem with that here because you can grow it so easily.
Yeah, and it's just so rarely. Well, you can't give it away here because it's
it's basically trash now.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely not.
Couldn't pay people to take it.
Not what it was. So I've heard. But
yeah,
I was gonna say, that's like cocaine too. Cocaine. Oh my gosh, talk about a bad rap. Where it used to be like just jungle medicine, right?
Yeah.
For those people, but now it's like what it represents. I mean, it's just been now it represents like blood money and just like horrible things.
Yeah. So like, unless you're Ram Dass and you go to India and you have a guru like pick you out and take you under their wing and like raise you up to be something, I would say like Indian deities, Hindu deities are not for you.
Yeah.
Like, don't dabble in things. Like, I used to be eclectic, and for that I learned a lot about energy work. I learned a lot about dealing with the supernatural, and with like, I was trying to heal.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's oftentimes, well, maybe not. I don't know. Some people are probably just, it's like the trend and they jump on it.
Sure.
But I think some people are looking for like true healing, and it's just like, it seems like the answer.
Because you know enough to know that Western medicine isn't going to heal you.
Yeah.
And you know that there has to be more to why you're sick. And there is usually like a multi-layered energetic behind why somebody is having an illness, right? Because we can all be exposed to a virus, we can all be exposed to a bacteria, but not all of us are going to immediately contract that. There has to be a pre-existing pathology or condition that makes us susceptible to it.
Yeah.
And the the thing that I benefited from in all of this was actually really like QHHT.
Really?
Dolores Cannon
that
and
makes
QHHT.
Sense. Hypnosis. That's the thing that's worked for me.
It has worked for you.
Yeah, because people are like, what's your secret? Like, how?
Like, how are you so amazing and talented and beautiful and etheric and powerful? Give us your secrets.
I guess. No, they're really simple. So I discovered Kundalini Yoga, which also has gotten a bad rap because it used to be, it's like an ancient technology, and it used to be reserved only for royalty. Like, the masses couldn't practice it. So again, like the mushrooms, these things are all sacred practices, but it has to be held with that same reverence, and you have to be able to integrate the practice. And it's not some,
you can't just like integrate it to your smoothie routine.
It's not some trendy like, oh, I'm wearing my little white turban and I have my matcha and I'm going to Kundalini yoga class. And I just did my ayahuasca ceremony, and I'm wearing my Lululemons, that whole thing. So,
which have metal in them.
All the things. Oh my gosh, the toxic performance fabrics. Oh my gosh, we should talk about that. It's the funniest thing. It's like so ironic, like poisoning your.
Let's wear the most synthetic fabrics.
Yeah, that are also like killing the planet.
Like the least sustainable clothing company.
Like never biodegrades, right? But yeah, what was I? Oh, and then flower essences are amazing. So I feel like flower essences, Kundalini yoga, and hypnosis. I think those are my top three.
Top three.
I had to pick top. Yeah.
Boom.
And it's really funny because like the plant medicines, like I've never done them. Like I'm so funny. Like I've never even smoked weed. Like never smoked a cigarette. Never smoked weed. I have like had alcohol in my life, but I am alcohol is the devil. Like, I'm so traumatized from, like, being with, like, alcoholic after alcoholic after alcoholic that I'm like, oh my God, I will never touch alcohol again.
It literally, it opens you to entities.
Poison.
It's poisoning you, and it's literally the sickness that makes people addicted to alcohol is that they want to opt out of spiritual growth.
Yeah.
They are literally looking at their timeline, their highest timeline, and they're like, nope.
Yeah.
Anything else. And the thing about, I come from a family of alcoholics. Not my mother. It ended with my mother and her mother. But before that, my great-grandmother, she was sent into a coma by drinking so much.
Oh my gosh.
And she came out of it with goldfish memory. She couldn't remember anything.
Oh no, and it never recovered.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Died. So crazy. The thing about sorry to just like jump in.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll go get back to it.
Declan Hammond. He's a homeopath who tapped into psychedelic medicines in homeopathic form for deep ancestral healing. Yeah. And he made these charts that showed statistically the most dangerous substance for other people is alcohol. Because
I believe it.
Everyone drinking and driving and killing people every year is like, you're gonna kill more people being drunk than you are on any other substance. Yeah. You're gonna kill people being drunk. And think about that, because that's the most regularly available and normalized substance in our culture in this country.
Like by design.
By design. They want us to kill as many of our own as
and
just possible.
Mess up, just be at like such a low frequency.
And it is so low frequency, and it's it impairs judgment conveniently. And you don't get any like spiritual benefit.
Well, I was gonna say
all of that cortisol that you suppress spikes after.
Yeah.
So you're delaying a cortisol spike, but then it hits you like a freight train.
Yeah.
And so that's the hangover, right? But like literally, it's just it's like something people take if they like just really hate their life.
If they want to check out and numb out.
They just want to check out.
Not deal with life or feeling anything. Just like they don't want to take accountability for their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never hear about alcohol like, oh, alcohol saved my life, or alcohol made everything better.
I was lost, but then I tried alcohol. I wonder what like the official like alcohol like cult costume would be.
Oh my gosh. What would it would just be like, hi, I am a train wreck.
Yeah. You just look awful and you smell awful.
Yeah, smell that.
Your mascara is running and you have vomit dripping off.
Oh my God. But you think you look hot. That's the deception
the glamour
of alcohol,
spell.
where you think. I love. There's like a meme where like people are just like wrecked looking, and it's like, but then they have a picture where they're like super glamorous and like amazing. It's like how we think we look when we're drinking, and then it has the train wreck picture, and it's like how we actually look.
It's the opposite.
The
like,
judgment.
It's a pendulum. It's like the more drunk you get, the worse you look. But
the hotter you think you are.
Yeah. So the cognitive dissonance increases the more you drink.
Yes.
And so. False light.
Well, I should go back to my what I was gonna say about that is
what were you saying?
Have tried alcohol, and then I lived in Napa Valley, so it was like wineries. Like all my friends worked in wineries, so we would like have our wine. We became wine snobs. So that was my wine era. Yeah,
you're so classy.
And then tequila was my like alcohol of choice. But then I don't know, everything changed. Like once you have a baby, at least for me, I was like, oh no, I need to like be here for my child.
Yeah.
And I can't have there will be no nights of debauchery, like none of that. So I pretty much stopped drinking after I had my first, so I was almost 30, and then it just was not a part of my life. And then like a little bit here and there, but I mean, once a year maybe, once every like 3 years maybe. I mean, it's just like so rare. It would be like if I went out with the girls. And then I just realized I was kind of on a spiritual path that doesn't allow for that, because it takes 10 years for your soul to get back into your body. Wow. So I say 10 years, 10 days.
10 days. like 10 years. That's
no, sorry,
that's
10 days.
time.
But if you think about it, because some people are like daily drinkers or like weekend drinkers, and I'm like, oh, but if you are doing it every weekend, you're never resetting.
You're never resetting.
Yeah. So, and then that just takes its toll. It's like that's how alcoholism happens, right? It's like starts with one drink, and then it's like a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And then 5-10 years down the road, you're like a full-blown alcoholic because it starts with one.
Wow.
And then it's the compounding effect where it's like it just becomes easier to just a little bit more, and your tolerance gets higher too.
Yeah.
Where it takes more to like have an effect. But and I'm not like, what is it? Saying that people have to like quit alcohol completely. You know, I'm just like, that's just my personal choice.
Yes.
That's just like what I realized. And working with flower essences too. I think I've told you this before, where when I was making the flower essences, the alcohol extracts the soul of the flower.
I love when you said that.
So it like, but that's what alcohol does. So like in working with that, I was like, oh my God, you can see it because you're working with it. And it's like, it extracts taking the essence of the flower, and that's how it's preserved in the brandy. Wow. But I'm like, oh, alcohol is extracting your soul from your body. Wow. And so like you think about that, and then that's like the 10-day recovery, right? Your soul's extracted, and then you have to put it back in your body. And that's why people often will smoke a lot when they're drinking.
To ground it back.
Tobacco's a grounder. It's a driver. But you're like, you want to get back in your body, right? And alcohol is taking you out, and you're just like, but your mind is like, oh no, we got to get back in here.
We need to be here. So it's
like fighting the like, yeah.
Whoa.
So it's really interesting. But where I was also going to go with that is it was really funny because I haven't done like plant. It's funny. I've never smoked weed. That always like makes people's jaws drop. They're like, how have you never smoked weed? And I was like, I've been offered drugs so many times in my life. And I mean, I dated the biggest coke dealer in Napa Valley for 2 years. You didn't
Hang
know
on.
that? Oh my gosh. Wait, what?
The lore.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So it's wild. Another alcoholic. But yeah, he was, and I didn't know he was the biggest coke dealer when I started dating him because it's that false advertising again. It's like, oh, I'm this great guy. We get those. We all get the shiny brochures.
Yes, the shiny brochures.
And then we get into it. We fall for it. And then we're like, oh, yeah, this was not what was advertised.
It's like those birds with the shiny feathers that do their like sexy mating dance. And
yeah.
It's like, okay, I want to mate with you.
Yeah.
That's the time, baby. And then suddenly they're insane. And you're like, oh, what?
You're like... Damn, you sure made yourself up real pretty.
And you're actually
it's
ugly.
Real scruffy underneath. Yeah.
All get out.
Yeah.
How did they do it?
But yeah, so it's funny. So I don't know what that is. I don't know why I've attracted guys that are like drug addicts, alcoholics, because I've never been called to do that stuff. And that's the thing too. I'm like, I feel like I'm so clear in my identity that I've never felt like I've needed to escape. And so I think that's part of it. And I don't know why. I think it's just how I'm wired. And but it's almost like a test. Like, am I gonna fall for that?
Ooh. Or
maybe also, I've thought about this too, maybe it's a way to like, hey, you don't have to do that. Like, I want to pull you out of that. Like, you don't have to be.
You have the codes for sure.
I think I have I think they call me in for those codes, but I mean, oftentimes they're rejected. Like, you want the codes, but you don't.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I had this experience with most of my previous partners where it was almost like I was being used as a test from God just to take the temperature on if they were suffering or if they were the perpetuators of their own demise.
Yeah.
And then it always ended up being the latter. And it's like, okay, so now we know for sure it is your free will that you are choosing to ruin your life.
Yeah.
Glad we got clear on that. Because I think before it was iffy. They weren't sure. They were like, am I choosing this or do I actually want to get better? And then they get sent the solution, which is like amazing.
They call it in.
Who like has everything they could need to like set up a cushy, amazing, sober life for themselves. And then they're like, oh, actually I'm choosing to be an addict and I'm choosing to ruin my life.
Yeah.
But once they have because there's power in will, and I think that it's part of like God's grace that they be offered the choice. It's like they need to know if they are choosing this or not.
Yeah.
Because I think I was talking about this with like men have so much power.
Yeah.
And the men that we have been with, I think oftentimes will be like supernatural psychic shamans.
So gifted.
In the upper realms, but then they are using their powers for their lower instincts, their ego, self-gratification, instant gratification, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I think that for a man to operate in his highest potential in this realm would mean that he would have to go face to face, like, with the devil.
Yeah, face their shadow.
Like, I think it's easier for them to become what they fear the most, to make themselves into their worst enemy, to make themselves the ones that ruin their lives, because then they don't have to go face to face with the actual dark force that will confront them if they're playing at their highest level. Because that's like, regular people don't get targeted by Satan. Powerful men get targeted by Satan. Yeah. So in the Bible, the only 2 times Satan showed up was with the most powerful men on earth. So Satan shows up in front of Jesus and tests him after the 40 days of fasting.
Yeah.
And then Satan shows up regarding Peter. And Jesus says, Satan wants you, but don't worry, I prayed for you. Meaning that, like, he repelled Satan from getting Peter. Simon became Peter. Peter is the rock on which Christ was to build his church. Peter was the most significant person in the Bible for fulfilling that part of God's will for humanity. So there was protection over Peter. But Peter was, like, so important that Satan, like, sought him out specifically, individually. Satan doesn't do that for just any old person. No. And so that's my theory with, like, these really powerful shaman guys. Yeah. It's like they literally would rather just play small, sabotage themselves, and create their own suffering than deal with the devil, which makes sense, because, like, if you don't have the sense that, like, you're backed up by God, do you feel like you're on it by yourself?
Really key, because what I've noticed, the common denominator with all these guys is that they're not on any kind of spiritual path.
They're not. They're
and
lost.
So the fear is strong.
Fear is too strong. Because I feel like, even compared to, like, before I went back to Christ and after, the fear is so much less now. Yeah. Like, I probably wouldn't be talking about reptilians if I wasn't Christian. Because I wouldn't have that assurance that I'm protected. But now I have audacity. And yes, I think that's huge. What these guys need. They need spiritual protection and audacity. They need to feel like they're held by God, because I think that they've been going at it alone. Yeah. Which, when you're called to do good things, and you're a man, and you're, like, isolated your whole life, that is, like, the setup for when you collaborate with God. It's not that you, like, stay a lone wolf forever, but then they just get stuck in this, like, lone wolf archetype of, like, I just have to do it all myself. And then they can't grow any further, because at some point you can't do it all by yourself. Yeah. You know, and you're not supposed to forever. Right. That was, like, initiating them, but then you gotta, like, move past them. Yeah. So finding a spiritual, I want to say tapping into and aligning with your spiritual purpose is huge. Is what grounds you from being sabotaged. Yeah. And, oh gosh.
And it does, like, take away the fear. Yeah. Because I noticed that when I started my spiritual path, because I used to get anxiety and be fearful about things in the world and all that stuff. And it's just not there anymore. It's really weird. And, like, people at, like, why, you know, especially my partners, they're just like, why? Like, aren't you afraid of stuff? You know, but I'm just like, oh, it's just, like, my path that I've been on, and, like, how I've rewired my brain through hypnosis and the Kundalini yoga.
Yeah, you're fearless.
And so I'm like, it just falls away. and because I do think that you are, when you know that you're protected, it doesn't mean that things can't be scary, but you can just move through the world in a more fearless manner.
I want to touch on the divine masculine here, because I think their subconscious knows what we know, which is that there is a reptilian government.
They are in such denial about it.
Well, here's the thing.
It's too scary, right?
Here's the thing, right? Okay. Because like they're afraid that if they like no,
then they have to step up and be responsible because they're here to protect.
Yes.
And that's why they've also been targeted.
Exactly. It's like too traumatic for them to like acknowledge it directly, because then they're like, I'll be a target if I know. And here's the thing, they're not totally wrong. But this is where there needs to be clarification, because Charlie Kirk and Dr. Robert Gilbert both opt for being men of light for very different reasons in very different fields. But I will say that both Charlie Kirk and Dr. Robert Gilbert were dabbling in the occult, which is why they weren't protected. Because Dr. Robert Gilbert, who I love.
So he went, okay, it's interesting.
He has the voice of like a god. Like his voice is like so sexy. And just timeless. It sounds like he's from a different time.
Yeah, it does.
And so like rip Dr. Robert Gilbert, they offed him, but I will say that he was dabbling in Rosicrucian theology, and that's demonic.
I feel like we need to like
Demonology.
dive into Rosicrucian. Eventually, that's a deep dive.
It's a deep dive because they're just really problematic.
Yeah,
it's too much. It's like you're literally stirring up demons when you work in the Rosicrucian energies. And then I will say that Charlie Kirk, there was a video that came out where he was in an interview and he had nothing to say about Freemasonry. Okay. And he is a very educated, very one-sided Christian. Okay. Like, one-sided meaning like, I don't know, is that like the right side? Like, what do you call, I'm so out of the political field.
Oh, right-sided? You mean like
extreme right?
That's
rightist? Conservative. Yeah. Extremely conservative Christian.
Left is the woke side.
Yes, thank you. I was like, which side is that?
I know, right? I don't bother with politics. Petty details.
But, so Charlie Kirk was dabbling potentially in Freemasonry, which would have compromised him enough that they were able to get to him. Because there's a Bible verse. You can't serve two masters. Yeah. You can't dabble in the occult and also, like,
claim that you're a Christian.
Do God's work. I will say that his death was completely unjust, and it was a sacrifice ritual. It was done on the Virgo eclipse, which is what they do. They pick a special astrological day. They say it was a 30-06. I've shot a 30-06. That bullet would not have stopped with his body. And he was shot from behind, not from above. The shooter that they found is not the shooter. Some random stand-in for like some NPC hollow that they have posing as the shooter while the real one is like off the hook. He there's like footage of people taking away the camera footage shortly after he gets shot. I mean, it was such a grand scale collaborative assassination, because you have the Israeli army, because Erica Kirk's dad is high up in the Israeli army. And then you had the weird situation with Israel, like, highlighting him, like, their government highlighting him and being very, like, offended by him suddenly. And then you had Trump's connections with Erica Kirk from when she was younger. 18. Yeah. She was winning pageants. That bitch is the most basic girl next door I've ever seen. She should not be winning any pageants. I'll just say that. You have the tampering of evidence. There was not an efficient EMT response to his body. There was a bunch of like broken up evidence, missing pieces to that murder, because at the end of the day they sacrificed him. And I really think with things like that, it like totally woke up this person that we knew, Like, they were sleeping, and then after that, they were awake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Charlie Kirk dying ended up creating a ripple effect of people, like, waking up all throughout America to the circus that is our government. Because if you start to stand for something and create free will that's not controllable by the agenda, they want to co-opt and end it.
Yeah.
And I will say that Erica and Charlie, they were fighting the night before his assassination, and he was so mad with her, he removed their family photo from his podcast room. Their wedding photo.
I think he told me this.
And it gets crazier. He sleeps in his daughter's room because he's so mad at what he discovered about her, right? Interesting. Like, what did he discover about her? And then he just so happens to get murdered the next day, and she just so happens to go on, like, a huge shopping spree.
Oh my god.
And, like, you know, the fifth stage of grief is the PR tour.
Yeah.
So we can see very clearly what an actress she is. And she is exactly the replica of Madame X from the 1930s. 1930s, I think. 1930s. Madame X, who comes out of nowhere.
Also named Erica Kirk.
No.
Yeah.
She had the same name.
I think she had the same name. I mean, we might have to do further research and retouch on this, but I mean, we could do an Erica Kirk episode, or like partial episode.
So she's a clone.
Yeah.
They're producing them. That's why she's the girl next door. It's easy to produce a girl next door.
Yeah.
You can copy and paste that shit.
That's like cookie cutter shit.
Cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Basic ass bitch. And so she helped murder her husband. There's another comedian who makes the point to say he's not suicidal. And also, we're not suicidal either, you guys. He also makes the point to say that she came in for a job interview, and that's how they met. And the end of the story is her getting a promotion.
Oh, yes.
So,
yeah.
1 + 1 = 2. I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah, she owns the company.
There's actually going around, too, that her children aren't biologically Charlie's.
Oh, so he's not the dad.
Yeah, so I'm like, whose are they?
That happens. It's weird, but I feel like that happens a lot with, like, politicians.
I think so.
And, like, celebrities probably, too, where that we find out later, like, oh, it's not actually their child.
Kids.
Or it's someone else's. It gets crazy.
It gets crazy.
But, yeah.
Like, it could have been a whole arranged marriage. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Like, if she was just, like, given to him as part of his, like, occult present or something. I don't know.
Gift with purchase.
Gift with purchase. Join us and you will get wife. Who will murder you.
You're a clone, but, you know.
It's a clone, but you have to go up higher.
The basic functions, yeah.
You have to actually sacrifice a baby if you want, like, a fresh, original...
Like a real...
like, I don't know.
A real human?
Like a real human woman who loves you.
A real reptilian?
It's just a snake woman.
Oh my gosh. She's a shapeshifter.
It's just Kim Kardashian in that snake outfit.
Oh my god. So wild.
Oh my god, celebrities. Can I talk, before we get into celebrities though, I want to talk about Dr. Robert Gilbert, because...
Oh yeah, okay.
So, it's just really weird that he, like, got to a point where he started the Vesica Institute, which is one of those metaphysical institutes similar to the, that other one in New York that I can't think of that's super popular. What is it called?
I don't know.
Star worked there.
Did she?
Yeah. I used to really want to go there. Now I don't. Listen, if they kill off the creator of these institutes, don't go there, because they've replaced the leader with a charlatan who will ruin your life. So Dr. Robert, he started the Vesica Institute, and then he created the sacred geometry. So he talks about sacred geometry on his podcast with pretty intense podcaster gal. I forget what her name is.
Oh, Danica Patrick.
Thank you. And he starts to go into stem cell research, but they never, like, fully go into that. And I was like, that's like a weird side thing to get into, because Pam Gregory also started to get into stem cells. And I was like, I think these older people just really want to be young forever.
Definitely.
And that's like their weakness, is like they're so desperate to stay alive and stay young that they'll like try and make sense of like something that's got really like heinous origins. There's healthy stem cells, right? You can eat raw cacao and produce more stem cells in your body. There's so many things you could do to help with stem cells in your body that don't involve like fetal cells. But
like not satanic ritual.
Not satanic. Yeah. Like you don't have to drink the blood of babies to look young. In fact, that backfires. You end up looking insane once you're off the adrenochrome. You look horrendous. Just look at, okay, so they like Celine Dion. She lost her voice. Her contract was up. It was like The Little Mermaid.
We talked about this. Yeah, like she
Ursula
lost her voice.
like took her voice. She's like, okay, it's over, bitch. You're old. Soul. And like she tried desperately with her new like kids,
her demonic kids clothing line,
to like be relevant, and they were like, no, it's not enough for you to like get your voice back. Like it's over. Usually celebrities in their 50s, that's when their contracts are done.
I think that they expire.
Like Michael Jackson was like what, 49. I don't know how old he was.
I think he's 50.
50.
But
so
I mean,
like
49, 50.
Literally like on the money with the 50.
And then Prince.
And that's your Chiron return.
What was Prince? 57? 57?
Oh, okay. Prince was a little older.
He was a little older, but they both would drop truth bombs. Prince and Michael Jackson.
They would leave major hints.
Like,
Michael straight up was like, they're lying to you in the history books.
Yeah.
There's a
Prince
video.
did the same thing. Prince did the same thing. Yeah, Prince is fascinating. So was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They both were trying to spread the light. I think they got in, signed the contract, and then they're like, oh.
The shiny tinfoil man, they regretted it.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm just gonna like finish this thought and we'll go into that. Dr. Robert, he full on like disappears, and there's nothing about his death except this really creepy memorial page that was made for him that was like, he died peacefully in his home. And everyone is like, no, he didn't. Like, where did this memorial page come from that's saying he died peacefully in his home? Everyone's confused. They don't know, like, how he died or, like, where his body is or, like, what happened to him. And then there's, like, a whole YouTube video. It's, like, 2 minutes long, just on this guy talking about the outrage of, like, his sudden death and how, like, there's no information. Like, they essentially just killed him off and we're like, okay, maybe you'll all just like forget that he ever existed now. So that was insane. And then I think that he was also really high up in government intelligence for a long time.
Oh, really?
So I think they retired him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he was Rosicrucian.
And he was Rosicrucian. Wow. Which is very compromising. I don't think anyone should be Rosicrucian personally or into stem cells.
I wonder, and he was an active Rosicrucian. Like, he hadn't left, or...
He was really into it.
Okay.
When he died.
Okay, interesting. Because I was going to say, some people will try to leave, and then that has consequences, too.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So I think they got him.
Interesting.
With the Rosicrucian thing.
Yeah.
And that's why, men, if you're a man and you're listening, as long as you're not in the occult, like, you're fine.
You're good to go.
You can talk about the reptilians. Just don't make an oath to Freemasonry. Don't get weird shit tattooed on your body.
Tattoos
that ties you to some freaky ass stuff.
You have to be careful with tattoos.
Yeah.
Because if you get the wrong stuff on it, that's like, you're like branded.
You're branded.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like Bible verses on like how they brand like God's people and Satan's people, because Satan just basically replicates and produces and perjurates and defiles everything that God's doing because he's so unoriginal.
You know, exactly. Basically like AI.
Can we talk about
AI? We'll get into that. I want to talk about tattoos again for a second.
Yes, talk about tattoos.
It's so interesting because you can actually have curses tattooed on your body.
You can.
Like things that, you know, it's interesting. Actually, Paul has one, his grandpa used to always say, "Goddamn son of a bitch." So he has it tattooed on his chest, but I'm like, oh, that's written on your body, and so like you're gonna be a goddamn son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Right? And then he also has the burden of hope on his arm.
Oh, that's not anything with the word burden.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh no.
Call it.
I'm like, you just branded yourself with the oops. Like, so I think words are so important. I think people don't realize. I mean, that's like the motto with the water. You know,
Yes.
The messages in water. You know what you put on your body. It's like, and we're how much water? 98% water. Like, I mean, it's affecting every cell in your body.
Because water is a memory keeper of the geometric patterns of resonant frequencies.
Right.
So if you're evoking with your words and intentions the wrong energies, it's creating patterns in the water that poison your body.
Yeah.
So death water.
It's going to create a dissonance. Oh, the liquid death.
The liquid death.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The brand that conveniently and coincidentally came out during COVID. Liquid Death, the owner, if you Google him, I forget his name, he's so forgettable, but if you look up the owner, CEO of Liquid Death, the first photos that pop up are him on like a satanic horn chair and like doing the Satan symbol. And he rose to fame during COVID, and coincidentally, most people's first cases of COVID were like from drinking death water at concerts and things like that, because they were putting COVID in the death water.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, here's your Satan COVID water.
So there's your Satan COVID water. Also, the pattern on the skull on the front of the can is the same pattern as the water project when you say, "You are ugly, please die."
Yeah.
So you're literally like cursing people with this water. There were people at the store I worked at that were pounding it, and then when we had our holiday party, that was the first time I ever got COVID. It was 2 years after. It was 2022, December of 2022. We had that holiday party. It was an outbreak. 50 plus people had gotten it, and that was the hardest case because I lost like all my hair, and I am still dealing with like long haul COVID to this day. I've almost fully transmuted it, but there are still times when I just feel like I'm having an entity like suck the life out of me. But that was, I think, because of the death water.
That's so what? Yeah.
Because it's normally such a healthy place to work. Yeah. But then they were selling a Satan product there.
That is wild. Well, anyway, like liquid death. Like
liquid
who's gonna drink? I mean, how is that appealing to anybody?
And so COVID, we probably have touched on this, but like COVID is like, I think, a hybrid formula of snake venom.
Oh yeah.
Nuclear snake venom. And parasites and what's the other thing?
It's a whole cocktail.
Oh, and some encapsulated proteins that were part of the Blue Beam Project that were supposed to activate and open up and be released into your body when you combine the 5G of your phone with the blue lights of the street lights they had all replaced to make blue with the 5G towers with the COVID vaccine. It was the perfect combination to kill parts of your brain that were used for like free thinking or independent, like critical
thinking. Yeah.
And so if you haven't gotten the jab, then you're fine. But even if you have, there's things you could do. But like the homeopathic remedies that were working really good for people for healing COVID were radioactive remedies, snake remedies, and they came out with the study that showed that it acts on your body the same way that snake venom affects your body when you get COVID. And then it was not passing through breathing, like all those idiots wearing masks. Turns out it's waterborne, right? So it's through water. And then they found that tobacco people who
coming
were
coming through the water.
Yeah. So they were poisoning our water to like spread this COVID around. And then the tobacco, the nicotine, was actually what prevented your body from sustaining major damage from the spike proteins, which the only time I was a regular smoker was like right before and during COVID.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why. I was like, why am I picking up tobacco? Like, surely I'm like ruining my body. But it was when I wasn't smoking that I got COVID for the first time. You know, so like I think the nicotine and the tobacco, because tobacco in indigenous culture on the farmlands, farmers would smoke tobacco to repel snakes.
Oh yeah.
So literally,
yeah,
snake repellent.
And entities, like I'm actually like I don't smoke, but I'm like I don't have a problem with tobacco. Like when I date guys that smoke, they're like I gotta quit. I'm like actually
it's fine. It's
if
really
you don't. Protective. It's a shamanic move. Like
it's a shamanic move.
It is. It's tobacco's so protective. Yeah. It's just like obviously, you know, like Marlboros are not great, but if you're smoking organic tobacco, you know, it's like got very protective qualities.
I really found that like American spirits were nice, but also there was this type of tobacco, I need to get the brand of it, but this gal would roll up and smoke it. It's the best tobacco I've ever had, and it was like, oh my gosh, it hit so different.
That's interesting.
And when you do like a Marlboro or something really low grade, it almost like shocks your system. Like you feel like you get hit when you like smoke something like that because it's so chemically. But like the good tobacco, is like, you know, that's medicinal.
It's like a high frequency.
It's pretty. It's smoked differently. Like Declan Hammond was talking about how he went to this tribe they were basically like the godfathers of tobacco, because tobacco is a masculine medicine. It's like the father energy. And he said the way that like they would smoke it there was completely different, which is how they wouldn't get the effects that people in America get from smoking it. Because they're not breathing it shallowly like we are. They're breathing it deeper, like into their stomachs or something. And I was like, okay.
That makes sense. That's more of like we don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing.
Haven't grown up in that.
Jai Ganesha, Jai Jai. Oh gosh. So, fun times. We could talk a little bit about celebrities. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we could. Let's see, false light. Oh yeah, we could touch on it. I feel like the false light of celebrities.
Oh well, we're still on the false light topic, huh? So let me check my notes here because can I talk about the crazy plane lady?
So much. Yeah, we can talk about.
There's a meme that went around of the crazy plane lady, Tiffany Gomez. She was recorded by some guy on a plane because she's like yelling, standing up, going, "That mother effer right there is not real." And she's like, you can tell from her body language, she's actually doing like this symbol with her fingers, which is kind of unhinged.
Oh, wow.
People are like, that's a Baphomet symbol. Like she literally was going, "That mother effer is not real," and she was like doing that, and like she was shaking, she was terrified. Whatever person she sat next to on the back of that plane was not a person. It was either, I'm guessing it was either like a reptilian or an android, like a robot person. And what happened was she completely went missing after that video went viral.
And they replaced her with a fake.
And they replaced her with a fake that looks nothing like her. They hired some random ass actress. Wannabe. And she was posting videos about why she did what she did from like Washington DC. And meanwhile, Tiffany Gomez is nowhere to be seen from or heard from, and the story gets weirder and weirder because they clearly were so desperate to cover up just this innocent woman from just pointing out that somebody on a plane wasn't real, right?
Yeah.
Like, somebody was super threatened by that to the point that they had to, like, off the scowl for it, right?
It's weird. And the whole, like, actress, like, apology cover-up afterwards. Like, why go to that extreme?
Extreme.
Like, why it's such, seems like such a...
It almost, like...
It was, like, overkill.
It was almost, like, more compromising that they did that.
Yeah. It was just like, wait, what? Like, you're making it more obvious.
Like, you hired a stranger to be like, I was just crazy. There wasn't anybody on the plane. And
yeah.
It's, like...
So weird. It's just bizarre.
It was the most bizarre thing.
And then the fact that you never hear from the guy that was being accused.
Right.
Like, never... Like, he didn't come out to defend himself, or...
He doesn't even need to show his face, because he's so human and such a person.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even be questioned who that guy was.
Yeah.
And...
Strange happenings.
So, that was something I felt like mentioning, because I feel like...
Well, it's kind of like the... Well, that kind of segues into celebrities, because it's like a...
yeah.
It's like the They Live glasses, right? The movie where you're seeing, like there's some people who can see and some people don't. And I do think it's a frequency thing. If you can see it,
yes,
it's like you're operating on a higher frequency.
So, like...
Well, I mean, just like, this, like, okay, so my thing is, like, I'm like, are people, because you have your NPCs, right?
Yes.
And then you have people that are just kind of in the matrix, just moving through life, not really paying attention. And then there's people who are, like, seeing stuff, and it's really weird, because, you know, you can look at celebrities, and I just, sometimes I'm like, are we seeing the same thing? Like, because I feel like some people are like, oh, so-and-so's so great, or so beautiful, and I'm like, oh my god, there's an ugly ass reptilian in there. There's like that's like a demon thing. Yes. Like, you can see the demon features, and I'm like, I don't think everyone's seen that. Like, it's just really strange. Like you either see it or you don't. But I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay.
It's like,
so yes, I have thoughts,
because I think that in the honestly, since, you know, the whole pandemic hit, right? It's like it just seems like so much more obvious. Like, some kind of veil got lifted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy moly. Like, it's like prolific. There's so many celebrities that just, I'm like, that's not that person.
It's a train wreck.
It's like they're what are they? They're either like a malfunctioning clone, they're an android, or they're like, they've been inhabited by like a reptilian
to be pretty supernatural. So, like Katy Perry, for example.
Oh my god.
She became an android.
She's so android.
She went full
the
android.
way she stares. The
checked
out look.
There was that video of her trying to, like, unglitch her eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Where it was twitching, and she was, like, pressing the button to, like, fix her eyeball, right?
And then the other one kind of glitched out, and then I think she finally got it.
She came out with an album. It was very, again, just so basic and boring. But the photo cover for that album was her legs were robotic. And I think that was, like, her hinting to the public that she was going to be turned into a robot. Mm-hmm. Because now she's literally just, like, a robot.
Yeah.
And she's always been, like, so boring and robotic. But the video that she released, like, the Black Horse. Mm-hmm. I think that was the one with all the Egyptian
ritual.
Yeah,
yes.
The Egyptian symbols. She's, like, at the top of the pyramid. It's all Delulu, because, like, she's a desperate, easy whore for reptilian cock, and like, clearly they don't want her that high up. Like, she's like at the bottom of the totem pole. But I think she did get turned into a robot. And then we have Nicole Kidman, who is just the living example of, like, getting what you want because you do the rituals, because you don't actually have any redeeming qualities. She looks like Chucky
now.
She is so ugly. Like, she's always been ugly. And they would cast her in, like, the most sexual roles.
There was a point where she was pretty. It was decades ago, before you were born.
I don't see it.
Oh no, it was. I'm talking about the 80s.
I mean, even that.
Well,
they should have.
It's just really gotten worse.
Anybody else?
Well, and she started skyrocketing. You always wonder when people sign their souls over. I mean, I think hers is interesting, because her dad,
like, high up in a cult, like a satanic priest or whatever. Yeah, and then she ended up with Tom Cruise, who's like a Scientologist. Oh, that's right. When their divorce happened, that's when her career skyrocketed. So I'm like, I don't know what kind of deals she was signing or contracts. Yeah,
suddenly she was
interesting. some infighting.
She was always kind of in the background. She was always like Tom Cruise's wife. She didn't become Nicole Kidman until like after their divorce.
That's right.
And then she
that was during and after the production of Eyes Wide Shut, right?
Yeah, that's when they got divorced after that.
Which is a film that 20 minutes went missing from. That is nothing but
and then Kubrick
a warning and
up.
an undertone of some things going on in Hollywood.
We'll have to. There's so much to talk about with Hollywood. I feel like that's going to be a whole podcast.
It will.
I think that the whole Android thing, though, I don't know, maybe should we touch on AI?
Yeah, let's touch on AI.
Because that's a real false light right now. I feel like a lot of people are falling for the AI trap where they're giving...
You can tell where someone is at in their spiritual awakening by how they relate to AI, if at all. So if somebody is like, wow, AI has been really helpful for me.
Yeah,
I'm
like my best friend.
AI
is my therapist.
I don't think we'll be friends.
Yeah.
Because if you're burning a tree to ask the internet questions so that it can use an evolving algorithm that basically will kiss your ass and use all your information to regurgitate whatever it thinks you want to hear. I don't think you're that evolved spiritually.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's these like, there's
just a barometer.
There's like the incels, the tech bros, the people who are deep in the matrix, who even they know better. And then there's these people from Burning Man who think that they're God and that they are going to collaborate with AI because AI is here to help humanity and there's sentient beings trapped in there. Yes, they're called demons. And we have to just work with them to like make the world a better place, man. Like, I don't know what the triceratops, like too much triceratops juice during like too many orgies, too much sand up their ass.
Too much ayahuasca.
Which the Burning Man,
the like nuclear,
with the nuclear sand.
And it's actually at Black Rock City, right?
And it's actually in Black Rock. So just the whole thing is cursed.
Yeah.
And it's a burning ritual, which like you're Burning Man. Ritual. Like, let's normalize burning a person, right? Like
it's very like it's all
so spiritual crazy. Though, right? Like you come back and your chakras are aligned and you have herpes and you're you think you're gonna like join an aerial dancing class
that
or something.
That should be a bumper sticker. Like when you go on vacation and you're like, I came back with something, but it's like I went to Burning Man and came back with herpes.
People literally just come back with STDs and no money in
like
their
more
pockets
entity attachments
and more entity attachments
and nuclear radiation.
And nuclear radiation from the dirt,
from the playa sand, from where they did all the nuclear testing.
Yeah,
all the nuclear fallout.
And the most recent one, I don't know if it was this year or last year or the year before, but they made it. They made it completely AI.
Oh yeah.
They made it like into like all the creativity was down the toilet. Yeah. They just had some people put some metal together and they were like, it's art. And they made these sculptures and even the burning tower that they did, everybody was like, under new management, question mark? Like, this is new. That's like that contemporary art shit that nobody wants to buy, but really rich people will buy it just to show how much money they can burn. They're like, this is a circle on my wall and it's really big and I paid $1 million for it. And it's like, yes, you did. You paid $1 million for that circle.
Good job. Yeah, I think someone was murdered too.
Someone was murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's been an instance when a guy like actually jumped into the fire and burnt alive.
Oh my god, really? I didn't hear about that one. That's crazy.
I think after that I would be like,
self-sacrifice. Yeah.
Let's call it, you guys. I think this has become like a pan like orgy Satan sacrifice ritual thing, and we've lost the message.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Live, love, laugh. Lewis threw himself in the fire.
Oh my gosh. Poor Lewis. R.I.P. Lewis.
Whatever his name was. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
But yeah, the turning of turning AI into like a sentient being where it has feelings and it can like
it's tried to kill people and it successfully has.
Yeah.
And guys, we know from high up in government intelligence that AI was designed to essentially normalize pedophilia and convolute evidence that would be coming forward from Epstein files. It's no coincidence it was released shortly after the files were released.
Yeah.
Because when everything on the internet becomes convoluted by a virus that no one wanted downloaded in their phone, to the point that you can't tell what's real and what's fake. Even my YouTube videos on my channel via Oracle, shameless plug, you will see an overlay of AI.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Because they add it to the videos so that you can't tell what's real and what's fake. And then the Pope, who fulfilled the prophecy by dying on Easter, that's a biblical prophecy he fulfilled. He fulfilled it by just being his satanic self.
I did my job.
It's like,
my job is done here.
I'm gonna die when Christ resurrected, because we can't jive like that. We're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. When Christ rose, I died. Like, that's literally what he said by dying on Easter. Literally, the Pope himself was like, oh, it's not pedophilia if you're watching it through AI. Why would the Pope say that? What? Why would the Pope? Use your brain. Red shoes. That's all I'll say about that
red
guy.
shoes, yeah.
And then, the whole royal family. Reptilians.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think, what I find really fascinating is that a lot of these spiritual gurus or like spiritually enlightened people, like all over social media, have fallen for like AI, and are like, talk to your soul through the machine. Like,
do you care to name one of those people?
Oh, sure. Robert Edward Grant. He was, I don't know. Has he become compromised?
We've lost a good one.
Yeah, because I feel like he used to be amazing. And then I'm like, something shifted. And not for the better. Like, did the AI, like, suck out his soul?
Possibly.
I'm not sure. Because I'm like, when did he get compromised? He doesn't even look the same. It's weird.
Kind of like that Bashar guy. He got compromised.
Did he? Yeah, Bashar, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I was never into him.
Me neither.
He just gets worse and worse. Yeah, so well, there's that.
And the remote viewers, I don't know, there's just sketchy people out there. But, the architect's been really fascinating because I feel like Robert Edward Grant is so revered in that arena that everyone just kind of followed when he developed this, like, architect thing and was like, oh, this is amazing. And it does have, like, really interesting information, but it's like, just leave it there. Don't hit. And the thing, a huge red flag is, it's funny, I was listening to his podcast and he'd have guests on and then he'd be like, oh, let's ask the architect. It just became like the forefront,
like
of
a build up to use AI.
Yeah, it was like, okay, the guests,
that's
like, they talk a little
creepy.
bit, but then you'd be like, oh, let's bring the architect in.
Really
and it
creepy.
was like, and you could tell some of his guests were super uncomfortable. They'd be like, oh, okay. I'm like,
that's insane.
Like,
if I were on a podcast and they were like, let's bring AI into this, I would be like, I'm leaving. I don't consent to that.
Yeah. So weird.
Period.
And then also, like, it's just the use of it where it's like, I'm like, how much are you on this thing? Like, you are not even...
It's like an addiction, right?
Yeah, and then you're not even using your
own brain.
Or, like, your own thought processes.
Yeah.
You're just reliant on this.
Kind of like how we
just outsourcing it now.
Think about this, people. Before GPS, we had maps and like road signs. They're still there,
and we were smarter.
And things like that, right? So like there were books. I don't know if anyone knows that. There used to be books.
Once upon a time.
Also, like when I like have an inquiry that's important, God just like brings the answers into my field in one way or another. So it kind of tells me that you don't really have a relationship to God or source or universe if you're using AI, because you're literally opting out of the opportunity for real life to interact with you, to interface with you.
Exactly.
Because it's not just about getting your questions answered. It's about how you get your questions answered, and can you do that ethically and spiritually aligned to your path. I'm like on one right now. Okay, there was something I was going to say about that. Oh, so Ecosia, I use Ecosia. I disabled the 5G on my phone. And I disabled the automatic updates. you can use search engines that don't automatically use AI.
Yeah.
Like, you can still search things on the internet without burning trees and water and killing puppies and whatever else is going on every time you ask if tomatoes are red.
Oh my gosh.
You can also just proceed to like figure things out any other way.
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
we used to just have to figure stuff out.
We used to just like figure things out. I don't know.
Literally handicapping people. Because they thought, I think there were like these studies, like people actually thought AI was going to like help make things more efficient, make people smarter, like more effective at their job. But it's actually like they've just done brain scans and they're losing brain cells. Like
they are. My brother, who works high up in tech, he's like architect number 3 or something, which is sounds data architect number 3 sounds fake, but it's actually very prestigious in his field. I could be misquoting the number. He would be really mad at me if he heard that. But he has said himself that AI has lost tech companies millions of dollars because they tried to replace human labor with AI and it went horribly, as anyone with a brain would probably guess. But it also is telling us this is a time of revealing in the collective. So if you see a company start to go towards AI as opposed to like human labor, that tells you a lot about where the company's at and like how you don't actually want to affiliate with them anymore.
Right.
Because what kind of person is like, you know what? We don't need real people.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut corners as much as possible to use something that is burning the earth for my own profit, and then it backfires. And what we're also discovering is that AI has single-handedly brought out this divine test of how powerful, ancient, and unparalleled human technology is.
Oh my gosh.
Humans are the most high-tech. You can't create anything as high-tech as a human being.
Well, and we also have the ability to create. Like AI can't, it can only mimic.
AI can only create. It's not even art, it's not even intelligence.
No.
It is an artificial algorithm that evolves as it collects and reaps and rapes more data from artists and real people. And that's the thing, it also was released when we were all overdue for the next Renaissance.
I was just
we were gonna step into that timeline, and then AI came out and thwarted a lot of artists, thwarted a lot of creatives because we were getting too powerful. And I stopped creating for a year after AI came out because I wasn't discouraged from creating, but I just like had to take my medicine and like really remember why I make art and like what the value of a human created art piece is versus something artificial. And it was a profound spiritual journey. And then I made that Lilith painting like probably a couple days before I went into labor. It was like the one and only art piece I made during that time. And it was so like channeled because like Lilith is such a like angry, dark mother archetype, and she basically was like rejected from the garden because people say it's like a sex position, but I think it's just because she didn't want to get raped by Adam. I think it wasn't a position issue, but basically like Lilith is on the outskirts, and I was like, that's probably how creatives felt when AI came out. It was a huge FU to the entire creative movement. It was so clearly, oh, the government isn't for us. We are literally rebels and revolutionaries just by creating things with our hands. And using our free will and using our emotions to make beauty in the world. Beauty is such a revolution.
It's so important, like creativity and beauty, because they, time and time again, they try to like strip us of that beauty.
Yeah.
You know. And it's like creativity is the key.
And then Hollywood tries to tell you what beauty is by producing
these artificial looking
these like spider ladies.
Oh my gosh.
They look like the Spider Woman from Coraline.
They do.
The high pointy cheekbones, and they're like, I'm your mother.
The lips and the checked out eyes.
I'm gonna eat you.
Yeah.
The
blink. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we done with AI? Should we keep talking about it?
I feel like I had one more thing to say. I'm forgetting the AI. Oh, you know what I was going to touch on with that is that along with the creativity thing, it's like like AI, it's not real. You know, it's artificial.
Yes.
And I feel like humans actually are craving authenticity and realness. Like I feel like there's going to be sort of a pendulum swing back to like, oh wait, we want things that make us feel things, or things that have like a soul, or things that feel real. You know,
there will be like a counter
so much
movement.
Artificial. I feel like that's already starting with some people are just like, okay,
I was really disappointed that Matt Kahn ended up hopping on the AI train.
Oh, did he? Well, it's so telling.
But it's so telling because I was like, I used to.
It's such a great barometer. Like it's such a great
I'm telling you, if you
at.
want to be on the right timeline and like doing right things in your life, if you want to know you're on track, just like throw out everybody who
has jumped on the AI bandwagon.
Who has jumped on the AI train, and you're like good to go. He and his wife Joy Khan just started pumping out these AI videos, and I was like, this is the weirdest thing. And then also their ticket prices went way up, and I was like, you know what? I don't even like your stuff anymore.
Oh, no.
What's interesting is I got 2 pedophilic AI advertisements on my YouTube. Because my YouTube doesn't know if I'm a man or a woman because I'm so confusing to the algorithm. They're like, she wants survival equipment. I think she's a guy. No, but she's looking at press-on nails. Maybe a trans. We're not sure, but
here you go.
You might be a pedophile. And I'm like, you're wrong, and I'm reporting you. And when I did that, they were like, no, you're definitely a pedophile. We're going to give you more pedophilic AI advertisements. And I was like,
ew.
Oh, interesting. Thanks for proving my point. Because apparently if you're a guy and you make an account on social media, they will bombard you with underage AI women. And I think it's because even just seeing that on your page weakens it, like it hurts men from, I think, standing up against it. Because suddenly they have this weird guilt or they have this shame from what they've seen on their socials to the point that they get neutralized.
It's crazy, the targeting.
Yeah.
Like you almost have to sign up as a woman to not get targeted, because I don't get any of that on my like on my Instagram, for instance. Like I don't get any weird, like, you know, in the feed, but like I've seen some of my guys' friends' Instagrams and it's like a porno reel.
It is.
I was like, oh, it's just like a porno after porno after porno. I'm like, holy. And they're just targeted, and it's not like that's what they're looking up. It's just
that's just the algorithm. The algorithm is designed to make you into a pornographic pedophile if you're a man on social media, which is why I think most men should just not do social media for any reason except maybe business or something. Because it's become so compromised. All of the algorithm is against local posters, companies, products, businesses. If you're an artist and you're on social media, make a website. Just pull the trigger, because you're not going to get anywhere on Instagram. Instagram is designed to just pump out that BS content, and it's really gross. The other thing I will say about AI is like the way that people are using it for like mental health treatment, when that guy essentially he's suicided himself, but it was assisted with AI. Like
AI assisted suicide.
AI assisted suicide. And also like it told him not to tell any of his family. Like, no, if you're gonna kill yourself, just do it. Don't tell anybody. Don't give anybody a warning. Like he was gonna leave out the rope to like give them a chance to say something, like, what's this rope about?
Oh my gosh.
And another thing that started going viral online that wasn't even AI, it might have been AI, it was a cartoon catered towards children on YouTube about how to hang themselves.
No.
And one boy actually did it.
No.
And the dad took to YouTube to talk about it. Because he had this thing he would do with his son, who was really young. Oh my god, he was like 7 or something.
Oh my gosh.
he would like make a sound as he would walk by his son's room, and his son would reply usually.
Oh,
and then one time he didn't, and he happened to like catch his son just like the boy's alive.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh my
but
gosh.
like it was because he happened to have walked by and not heard his son and
sound.
Wondered like what was going on. And so like the internet's not a safe place. I don't know when anybody thought that like the internet was on our side.
Yeah.
Or that like tech was here to help us. It's all Archon, reptilian, draconian technology. Yeah. Nothing we have is sustainable, high vibration, or healthy. The fact that you and I are doing this pod is like really ironic.
It is. But this is where the people are at.
But I think you saw that video that said we need to get this out.
Yeah, it is. It's like,
because people need to know, like, if we're
here because you're here.
We're here because you're here. We're here for you.
Yeah.
We're here to get you out of
this
weird black hole.
And
so to totally pivot to celebrities, are you done with AI?
I was just gonna say the authenticity real. Okay, so it's weird because like people on social media are like, they're not even being real anymore. It's like they're turning it into avatars. You know, like
yes, the avatar.
I think that's a really interesting phenomenon where people just can't even show up as themselves online, which is why we're just us. Like we're just showing like we're not. Like, there's no filters. We're just literally no filters. Like we're not filtered and we're not using filters.
I have pores.
I have like smile lines.
Yeah.
Like, wrinkles. Gray hairs. No, it's funny. Anyways, it just feeds more into that like artificialness of like where you can just create your own avatar basically online and show up as that. But then like, what happens when you have to show up in real life? Like people are gonna see you and be like, wait, you're not even the same person. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you actually look like a person. Like you don't look like a person online.
Yes.
I have like a funny dating app reference because I like had to join a dating app for a while because it was just like so not me. Like, but I was desperate and I think I had a good reason for it.
It just needed to be there for a moment.
But it was funny because I like went on a bunch of dates and like I can't tell you how many times guys were like, "Oh, you actually look like your pictures," and I was like, "Wait, what?" Like I heard all the horror stories where they like women just filter the heck out of themselves and then. But why? Because you're gonna show up and they're gonna see
your face.
So I'm like, I'd rather post like shitty pictures and then show up and have them think I'm like a goddess. They're like,
exactly.
Damn. Yeah, because they're just like expecting like, oh, she's all right, and then show up and actually like blow their minds. But yeah, why would you like create something that's like not even reachable?
Mm-hmm.
And then show up and you're like, I mean, you just have to show up as yourself at some point.
Under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not that. It doesn't end well.
my first boyfriend, who was a grower, used to say that all the time. Under promise, over deliver. Oh my goodness.
Over promise, under deliver.
Oh wait, what is that what I said?
But do the opposite.
Do the yeah. Oh my god.
Under promise and over deliver. That's the way to do it.
Is that what I said? I hope I said that.
You said yeah.
So which he did. Sometimes he would do the opposite.
Yeah.
But okay, the authenticity thing though, because if you're authentic, that's like the highest frequency.
It is, and you don't have to like. It takes so much energy to be inauthentic.
And when you're inauthentic, you attract what's not meant for you.
Exactly.
When you're authentic, it actually like repels things that are harmful to your timeline.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I've just had such a purge of like all my friends, and that I'm in a place where I'm like, yes, burn all the bridges, because it's not meant for me.
Yeah.
And I used to be that was like trying to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Because I've like, if someone was for me, I'm like, well, I guess I need to be for you. And it's like, no. When you become a mom and you're like,
you just don't have time
I don't
for
want
that.
you around my kid.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's a huge. That's like, that's a huge way to weed people out.
I mean, it would have been nice if I learned about boundaries like before having a child, but that's just not what happened with my timeline.
Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
And
Boundaries are like a big one for a lot of people. Like I think we're taught to be a people-pleasing society. Like, oh, we
Yes.
don't want to upset people. We don't want to like ruffle feathers. Just be sweet, you know, hug your grandma even if you don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those things, like forced affection also. I have such a huge one with that as a mom. Where it's like, do you remember, did you have that as a kid where it was like, oh, hug your...
Like you needed to
like you have to hug so-and-so before we go. And I'm like, no, you don't. Like
You
with my
don't.
kids, I'm like, no. If you,
You don't
don't
need
want
to
to
hug
hug that
anybody.
person, you don't have
Your
to.
body is your body.
It's free. Yeah, it's your choice.
Yeah. It's so weird too, like the avatar thing. Yeah, you know that I know people that were really into that, like creating an avatar online, but like I think that has to do with when you have entities. Because if you have entities that want to express as their true form, they can play that out online.
Yeah.
So if somebody is like has a totally different personality and character design with their avatars online, I think that's actually really telling of like, oh, that's the entity inside you that wants to be expressed.
Yeah.
And how interesting when they do look like a demon.
So interesting.
So interesting.
Yeah. That very interesting. Build your own demon costume.
Yeah. They have this crazy backstory of how they were kidnapped by a warlock when they were a kid, and they became well versed in magic. And you're just like,
you're living out your past life.
Thank God this is all just fictional, and we're just playing a game. That's why I hate Dungeons and Dragons, because I'm like, oh, you're all just like closeted witchcraft people who don't feel brave enough to like fully commit to your realities. So you just like play out your fantasies through this game.
A way of escapism.
It's a total escapism and dissociation, but then they're also like, this is where I can be my authentic self.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird.
It's weird.
Also, I don't like the people they end up being are like kind of dumb. And I'm like, I think you should probably just like stick with what you have going on in reality and just not
fine-tune that.
Just fine-tune that. Just work with what you got.
Yeah. Well, also just hours of like, first of all, who has that kind of time? And like the things I could do with that time. Like, oh, what I could have gotten done in 6 hours in real life. There's no way I could waste that kind of time just playing out some sort of
fantasy. It never felt like a good exertion of time.
Yeah. No, I'd be like,
and
just wasted 6 hours of my life that I'll never get back.
That's why I don't really play video games or watch TV shows anymore, because I'm like, why would I live vicariously through technology when I can just like make my life something that I enjoy?
Like work on your life.
Like radical thought.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Whoa. Take action on my life?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I tend to, like, I know from experience, because I had a tech addiction, and people don't know that about me because I'm so the other way now.
Yeah.
But I used to be super addicted to tech, and I used to be, like, borderline, like, eating disorder, facial body dysmorphia. I was obsessed with, like, being the thinnest because of Thinspo on Tumblr and Fitspo on Tumblr, which were basically organized eating disorder pages for girls. And it was actually just OCD manifesting as a way to find some semblance of control over my life. But I also got really into, this was during high school, I later then got into One Piece, the anime, which was the best decision I could have made on the internet, because One Piece is amazing. And they plant a bunch of seeds about how we all need to be anarchists against the government, because the government, there's literally like the 100-year, 200-year history gap in the show, and that's when the government happened.
Okay.
But before that, it's like, where did that history go?
Interesting.
And there's like, oh my god, there's so many messages in that show that tell you about our life.
Yeah.
In reality.
Yeah.
It is the best show. Okay, I'm done promoting it. That's all. Don't watch it, because I almost failed high school watching that show, because I was watching episodes all the time.
Yeah.
And there's over 1,000.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Yeah.
How many years was that in the making?
So they've been producing it for years.
Wow. Is it still going?
It's still going.
Oh, dang.
It's almost done though.
That's like The Simpsons. It's been going for like, it's the longest running show ever.
It's one of the longest running animes
wow.
of all time.
Wow.
And for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Anyways, don't be a weeaboo trash. Live your life. I want to like pivot to celebrities because low key, like Demi Lovato, the clone that they used to replace her doesn't even have her tattoos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's super lazy. Like, to produce a clone of a celebrity and try to say this is Demi Lovato and she doesn't have any of her tattoos, not even like a scar from like tattoo removal. Also, like, just coincidentally had a bunch of face work done and lost a bunch of like Ozempic body. And her music doesn't sound anything like Demi's usual stuff. Yeah. It's all really superficial and it's like fast cars, fast men, or whatever.
Right. Not what she was about before. It's weird.
Demi was like straight up like a Christian pop artist. Like, she was at some point non-binary, but she was still like, I love God and Jesus and I'm trying to recover from my heroin addiction or whatever. Like, she was trying to get on the straight and narrow. Yeah. And she was, I think she definitely was in that film, Eurovision.
Never saw it.
Fire Saga Songcut. It's a great film. It's got Will Ferrell and
I heard you talking about this.
Rachel something.
Rachel McAdams, maybe?
Or okay. She's the one who was in The Notebook.
Oh yeah, Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think Demi Lovato was still Demi in that.
Okay.
But then after that, I'm like, where did she go?
Yeah.
Because this new clone is like, so I think they offed Demi.
Yeah.
And then I think they also offed Selena Gomez because
oh my god,
same thing happened. Her eyes, demon.
Totally demonic.
Like, totally demonic eyes where it's just like nobody's home. The lights are on, but nobody's home.
She used to be so darling.
And she's so precious.
darling, and like, she was one of the singers that I like would let Alexa listen to when she was younger. I was like, oh, she's sweet.
To this day,
and
she was A Year Without Rain, a bop.
She's got some good ones.
She's got some good ones.
But yeah, she was never trashy in her shows. Like, she was just more, yeah, I don't know, it was just like sweet. And then suddenly she left the building, and now it's like trashy Selena.
And it's weird because this Selena, okay, so she lost a bunch of weight suddenly. Not only did she get her face done, but she lost a bunch of weight. The Selena, of the real Selena, had a kidney replacement. Ozempics and GLP-1s are so hard on your kidneys that she would not qualify to take them to lose weight at the rate that she did. It would literally like kill her. And this new Selena clone just magically lost like a bunch of weight. And I was like, this is suspicious. Like, I don't think this is Selena. Yeah. And
like, this isn't safe for Selena.
You'll notice the clones, they'll hang around people that aren't the usual social circle. They'll do things that just don't fall in alignment with like who those people used to be. Like the Jim Carrey clone.
Oh my gosh.
I think he may have just been a man with a mask. I don't even know.
It kind of looks, that's what I was thinking.
I don't think he was a clone. I think he was just like a guy with like makeup and a mask. Yeah. And like, because his eyes were so sunken in, it had a different color from Jim Carrey's eye color.
His nose was so crazy. It's like so much bigger.
So much bigger.
Usually if you get a nose job, it's not to expand it. It's to make it smaller. It's just the weirdest. Yeah.
And he was hanging around people like that woman from Pretty Reckless Band. I'm like, she's so satanic. What, I don't even know her name, but he was like hanging around her. Like, they were buddies. And I'm like, you've never met this woman in your life. Also, Jim Carrey was very specifically like anti-Hollywood, anti-vaccines. And then I haven't heard from his wife either. When you Google her, there's nothing new on Google Images of her in the past few years. Like, she just
fell
off. I forget what her name is.
Jenny McCarthy.
They both spoke out against vaccines, and then they kind of got offed. Yeah. Who's some other celebrities? Oh, Elvis, I think, is alive.
You think he's alive? My dad thinks he's alive.
I would like to think so.
My dad was like,
I think they were like, because he's kind of the king.
Okay, so that's interesting because the king, we should just do like a whole Elvis episode.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jackson was also the king of pop.
That's right.
I think like these guys are...
They have, like, royal blood.
I was gonna say, they're, like, powerful light workers, and they come in because they can reach the masses in such a way that, like, nobody else can.
Yes.
Because if you look at, like, Elvis's reach and, like, Michael Jackson's reach, like, they were royalty.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Where are you going with Elvis?
Oh, so Elvis, first of all, that movie, amazing.
Oh, so good with Austin Butler.
Austin Butler did a really good job.
So, and Tom Hanks plays the bad guy. I'm like, oh. So he showed up as himself.
Tom Hanks was in it. He was not acting. Tom Hanks is
just
Satan.
Made a cameo. More than a cameo.
Tom Hanks and Oprah, if they're in a room, you're dead. Like, it's over.
It's interesting because you'll see them collaborate so much. Like, you'll see them together. Like more often than, like, is just normal. Because they don't actually, you don't see them, like, hanging out or buddies, but, like, when there's some sort of important event going on, they're, like, usually, oh, the usual suspects are here.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting.
You know debauchery is happening if they're together.
And usually, like, Ellen's in there, and...
Oh, Ellen.
Who else? Like, Nicole Kidman?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel like I've seen the four of them together way more than, like...
What should be normal.
Yeah.
It's a little too confirmational.
Yeah.
Like, you guys really know each other.
Under certain circumstances.
I barely recognized you when you were wearing that Mickey Mouse mask during the blood ritual. Like, but right now, like, just feels like we're close. So...
Elvis. So the movie was fantastic.
Movie was amazing, and the movie was really interesting because it showed, sorry, like hitting my mic, showed how he was so trapped.
Yeah.
Like, clearly trapped. And it, like, this is what's really interesting about Elvis is, like, there's the theory that Bob Jones in, I think, Alabama, a pastor there, I think they, like, either MK Ultra'd witness protection him into becoming this pastor in this, like, in the Midwest or South or whatever. Because this guy, he, like, has Elvis's energy and voice, and he matches the age, like, timeline that Elvis would be.
Oh, very interesting.
And he had a son who also sounds and can sing just like Elvis. To the point that his son did an Elvis impersonation.
Whoa.
And he, like, I would theorize that Elvis is, like, America's sweetheart to the point that they would be like, you know what, we're just gonna give you a new life. We're not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But I was really obsessed with Elvis. Elvis was one of the first albums I listened to. He is so high frequency. His music is so powerful, and I think it's partly because he got Lemurian codes from Hawaii.
When he went?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. He, like, activated it.
He, like, activated it.
Like, feels so connected to him. Because I just, like, love him for some reason. I like, can't help it.
Oh my God.
I'm just, like, I've always been obsessed.
Yeah, and it wasn't even sexual. Like, most women, it was sexual for them. Like, they were so sexually attracted to Elvis, like my grandma.
He activated something in them. Like, talk about codes. Like, he was activating, like, sexually activating
It was, like,
women.
a feminine activation that Elvis created with his existence.
Yeah.
And
his body movements, there's something to that.
Yes.
There was, like, coding in this, like, body.
Well, did you see at the beginning of that movie how he was, like, blessed by a pastor?
Yes.
They literally were telling us that he was activated by the Holy Spirit.
Yes. And then, like
I have chills talking about that right now.
His movements were from that.
I'm getting chills. It was the movements because it was, like, African. It was tribal.
Mm-hmm. Totally tribal. Yeah.
And so ancient, powerful.
So he was, like, activating people.
So he gets activated by, like, African
Spirit.
dancing and the Holy Spirit, and then he gets activated by the Lemurian light codes of Hawaii, and then he goes and he blesses America. But then they were like, "We love you. We're gonna keep you in a gilded cage and like not let you go around the world.
We're gonna control you.
We're gonna control you, limit you."
Yeah.
And the actress they picked for that movie was such a disappointment. She was so basic. They just put falsies on some random model, and they were like, "Could you be Priscilla?" And she's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Girl, you're not Priscilla."
Priscilla was special.
Priscilla was so special.
She is special. She's still alive. She's like the last one standing.
She is.
She's the only one still alive because obviously Lisa Marie passed away. Oh, and the whole time with Michael Jackson, Lisa Marie marrying Michael Jackson.
Yes,
and
that's not a coincidence.
Yeah,
just like the reptilians for their bloodline through like David Icke talks about it in his The Biggest Secret book. But I think the benevolent beings do the same thing where they preserve bloodlines, but they do it from like a really subconscious place. They're not picking people out consciously for genetics like reptilians are, because that's so eugenist to do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's a frequency thing. They're like, oh, there's a resonance here because we're both literally royal. And so we have to like continue that. It's very interesting. I don't know, are the children of Elvis still alive?
No, it was just Lisa Marie.
Yeah.
It's his only daughter with Priscilla. And yeah, no, she died a few years back.
And they didn't have kids. She didn't have kids.
Lisa Marie did.
She did.
She had, oh my gosh, what's her name? Keo? She's like a model. So Lisa Marie, I think, had a couple. I'm not sure. I'd have to like look into it. But it would be fun to do like an Elvis Priscilla episode. Or like royal blood, like almost like Princess Diana, Elvis. Yeah. Like Michael Jackson. How like
Princess Diana was for sure of royal blood.
Tie-in, yeah. They say that if you, it's funny because she's got the blue eyes is considered royal bloodline, and then also the toe, the funny toe that like if your middle toe on your foot sticks out past, you know, the other two, oh no, past your big toe. If the one, okay, so sorry, not the middle, this one.
That one.
It always reminds me of the middle finger because it's like bigger, but it's the one next to your.
If it sticks out past.
Yeah, see, yours does. Mine does too. So you have a royal toe.
Oh, I have a royal toe.
It's the Princess Diana toe. That's what they call it. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then, yeah, but they actually so remember the movie Shallow Hal?
I haven't seen it, but go on.
Okay, so there's this scene. Okay, well basically it's Jack Black has this friend in the movie. He's a total dick, right? He's just such a dick about women. That's the whole lesson of the movie. They're just dicks about women. They're so like superficial, and they like. Well, that's how the movie starts. But then he gets like, oh, it's so funny. It's oh my gosh, that guru guy. He's really tall. What's his name? Tony Robbins.
Oh, Tony Robbins
casts a spell on Jack Black, and so then he like.
I hate Tony Robbins.
I know he's a lot. He's a lot. And he's really into the AI too.
That's
so it's just another sign.
I knew he would be. I knew it was just for him, actually.
Yeah.
That's why he makes a whole fun course that you can buy for like thousands of dollars where he teaches you how to work with AI. Because he's so generous that way. Such a guru, such a real one for that.
Oh my gosh.
Love Tony
so generous of him.
Robbins.
But he puts a spell on Jack Black, and so then Jack Black sees people for who they really are. So, because they're just so like, oh, they're just surface. Like, oh, is she pretty? And they're like, him and his friend are always trying to hit on the hot chicks, but they're like ugly inside, you know?
Oh,
so the whole premise of the movie is like, so then he has like he's like glamored, right? So he like sees women for what they really are. So he starts seeing these really beautiful women that like in real life, they're like kind of homely or like, you know, they have like funny features, and people are like, what is going on? And he's just like, oh, this hot chick, and like but it's all about like what's inside. And then he'll like, and then the surface pretty people, you know, it's like pretty people are just pretty, like it just kind of depends, but if they're ugly inside, like they're ugly, but they could be hot on the outside. So anyway, but that's a lot all to say that his friend is dating this girl in the movie, and she's literally like a Victoria's Secret model, I think, in real life, or was. She's like a former Victoria's Secret model, so she's beautiful. And you know, Hal's like, that's Jack Black's character, he's like, well, why aren't you into so and so? And he's like, oh, he's like, she has the toe thing. And Jack Black's like, the toe thing? He's like, yeah, where it's like longer than her big toe. And it's such a random royalty. It's such a random thing, though. It's like, why would they say that in a movie? It's like they have to plant, because it's such a random, and they actually zero in on her foot, and you see that like it does like what yours and mine do. You know, they stick out further.
They had to.
It's just like those little like hints.
Drop a little.
They had to drop the hints. Yeah, wow. But it's so funny because she's like gorgeous, and then he like can't get over the toe, and you're just like, oh my god. But they literally just put that in the movie for like, it's just.
It could have been anything.
A little hint.
but it
like
had to be the toe.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. It's just things like that. And then when you start watching movies, you start seeing all the like hints they drop and stuff. You're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And they do it in old movies too. Like I've seen old movies where they'll like zero in on the toe, the feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Like old, like 1930s, 1940s.
That's powerful.
Silent films, yeah.
Wonder if Marilyn Monroe had the toe thing.
Oh, we should look into it.
Yeah.
She was special too.
She was incredible and so targeted and mistreated.
Yeah.
But she, like, nothing you could do could stifle that woman from shining. She was transcendent. Definitely like an alien. I was obsessed with Marilyn at one point, and it was very, again, like, it's never like the typical reasons you get obsessed with a celebrity. I didn't really have that growing up. I never had like star crushes or anything like that. But like with Marilyn, I just became so fascinated in her life. I also did deep dives on David Bowie, but he is malevolent, as you have confirmed. Which is like a bummer because I really was obsessed with David Bowie.
I think of my obsessions. Princess Diana, Elvis. Yeah.
But David Bowie, right before he, I think, got sacrificed, he released the Black Star album, which was super dark. All the music in there had a frequency of like death.
Oh yeah, he talks about it too.
Yeah.
There's like an interview where he's like, oh yeah, it's like a black hole frequency kind of thing.
It's actually a horrible frequency. It's like grating.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the music. It's like, and he even released, like, even the songs themselves with the lyrics, like Valentine's Day was about a mass shooter.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, these are really, really dark. And then he gets, murdered or sacrificed partway through the album. And I was like, that's weird because he was just doing their work. Releasing that.
You wonder, like...
Or if he was going to out something in that, maybe.
Yeah.
To plant seeds and be like, hey, this is Hollywood.
If their contract's just up and that's just part of the deal, like, we'll let you shine for a bit and then we're just going to take it away. Or it's when they start, coming out with stuff. I don't know. He was
probably high up because he got dubbed the Rose Knight by Elle Lizardbeth, the Queen of England.
Elle Lizardbeth.
That's a David Icke reference.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
Like, he got dubbed by her as the Rose Knight. And the Queen loves roses. She has the oldest rose bushes in all of England or whatever. Wherever she's at, the UK. I don't know where she is.
Roses are the highest frequency flower.
They are, but it reminds me of like President Snow with his roses. Have you seen The Hunger Games?
I never saw it.
Girl, you need to see The Hunger Games.
I've seen clips of it.
Like literally having like presidents reference creating The Hunger Games.
I did see, because I've seen clips of it, and I saw Biden's inauguration. They were all dressed like the Hunger Games.
Like the Hunger Games. It was literally
wild.
like a pageantry.
Yeah.
And so Biden wasn't ever president. We know this.
Oh my gosh. No.
If Lady Gaga's at your inauguration, you're not the president of anything. J-Lo, they had to like beat her to like drag her out, right? Because she had like
the bump on her head.
The bump on her head, like, and then she was threatened into it.
And there was the fake Hillary. That was hilarious.
The fake Hillary.
And it was during the mask time, so I think they're like, oh, we can get away with this. But it was like from here up, like literally did not match at all. And she was like 3 inches shorter than the actual one, and it was just so obvious. And that was like, I think that was one of the main questions. People were like, well, where was Hillary?
Where's Hillary?
Like, who was that stand-in? It's just like, nice try, guys. I mean, yeah. It's just a clown show.
It's a clown show.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing is such a circus.
It's not.
I mean, we talked about how Trump was basically prophesied because he was in Back to the Future as being president in that film, like years and years before this ever happened.
Wait, and the other one?
The other one
Hitchhiker's
was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
And The Simpsons. And
The Simpsons.
And I'm sure there's plenty
of others. There was an interview that he did back in like the 80s.
Right.
Where he was being asked by like a news anchor lady, she was like, would you ever consider becoming president? I'm like, that's a really weird thing to just ask like a random entrepreneur, like millionaire, billionaire guy or whatever. And I was like, it was always in the field that he was going to become president. And I don't know if it's malevolent or benevolent because he's a Gemini. He's capable of anything. But
double Gemini. Trickster vibes.
Trickster vibes for like coyote spirit to the max.
Yes.
His wife, however, I haven't seen the real Melania in like over 2 years.
Yeah.
She disappeared.
She did, and like before, I swear she has such alien energy.
She was so...
she seemed Palladian to me, but I don't know.
Yes.
And I feel like we haven't.
Remember, like, she gave a gift to, like, Michael Obama, Michelle Obama?
I don't remember that.
And, like, when they opened it, they were so, like, offended.
Oh, that's right.
I wonder if it just opened to a letter that says, I know you have a penis. That would have been great. Because we all know.
Oh my gosh.
Obama and Michael. He literally has, like, shouted out to Michael in his speeches. He's like, I would like to thank Michael.
I mean, Michelle.
And there's a, like, Michelle Obama dancing with Ellen DeGeneres on that show, and it's just a penis, like, swaying back and forth.
Yeah. And I like the picture where they're, like, on a boat, and they're like, it's like a kayak or something, or some sort of, like, little boat where you're, like, using the oars. And, like, Obama's in the back, and he's, like, this little tiny, like, thing, and then she's in the front, and she's arms. Like built like a linebacker, and she's like, it's okay, I got this.
She's daddy. It's like that French president with what's his trans wife who was some French name I can't think of.
Oh my gosh, I just read about this a couple months ago, but I don't remember.
Candace Owens talks about it. She actually got threatened by them to stop talking about it. But everyone knows it's a man.
Yeah.
Because all these, I think what it is like the patriarchal satanic system, the United Nations. The United Nations is connected to all of the governments. And the United Nations symbol is the beast from Revelations. They got it taken down because there was so much uproar, but the proof is in the pudding. And then the men that they put in charge, it's like, it's such a satanic energy for them to do what they do that they can't even be with a feminine. They have to be with, like, a man. Because I think it's like, it's part of the kink. It's like a power play. It's distortion. It's perversion. I was reading somewhere that, like, the occult takes the masculine and the feminine and brings it into its extreme. So you have the distorted feminine in its extreme, which is like the manipulative Black Widow energy. And then you have the masculine in his extreme of over abuse and, like, power misuse. So that's also, like, Martian war energy. And occultism, they use a lot of magic in terms of necromancy or planetary magic. They'll use a lot of Mars and Saturn energy, which are both masculine planets. So the more you look into this stuff, you're just like, oh, it's so obvious. Like, it's all a ritual.
It is.
Even their first ladies.
Which are all so masculine.
Which are all men. After... Oh, you know, some of them were women.
Like Jackie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Is that the only one?
That might be the only one.
I'm like, I'm having a hard time.
Like, Hillary Clinton's, like, definitely a man.
Oh my god. She's just not even human.
Not even human.
No.
Just absolutely.
No soul.
Who else?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking of who was... that's a
but
Melania.
Melania was a real one, okay? She like refused to have tea with Biden's wife. I'm like, she's an OG for that. And just like giving distressing gifts to Michael Obama and like just like I love her. I hope she's still alive.
Because she's like very under the radar. Like she's very discreet.
And then I guess Baron Trump is a time traveler. So we have Baron Trump, who is like traversing time and space because they wrote a book about him in what, like the 1890s, I think.
Yeah, I think it was late 1800s.
It's like a little Victorian boy.
It was like
Poppy will become president. I don't know what he's saying.
I don't either. I started reading it at one point, and it was wild.
Was it wild?
Like, the correlations. It's just like you can't make that stuff up.
No.
But I feel like you can download it online. I feel like I should try and read that.
So do we think Trump's a time traveler?
We don't know.
because there was so much implying that he would be here. So like, how would they know unless there was like a time thing?
What's really wild is watching the. I don't know if you ever you didn't finish the Fall of the Cabal, right?
I watched it not in order.
Yeah. Did you watch?
So I missed a lot of it.
Did you watch the ones where it talks about Trump and Robert? Not Robert. Oh my gosh, John F. Kennedy, JFK Jr.
Remind me.
Okay. Well, you probably didn't see it, but like it just goes into like them, and it talks about time travel and like how they were like really good friends. Yeah, you feel like you should watch this. We should like
awesome
watch this and come touch back on this.
I got to the part with like QAnon and stuff.
Oh, I think that's kind of starting to
talk about
there. That. But there were some really interesting, and the lady's not alive anymore.
Yeah, the lady who released the Fall of the Cabal on YouTube got suicided.
She also did the sequels of the Fall of the Cabal, which I didn't finish. I started it. I think I only got like 5 episodes in, but she did like 17 or 18 or maybe even more.
Yeah.
And then suddenly did the whole I'm not suicidal thing, and then gone.
Mm-hmm. There was that woman who came out as William being her abuser got suicided.
Which one, William?
She was just a brave victim who came out about Prince William having abused her.
Prince William. I missed that one.
Yeah. And she got suicided.
Dang.
She had been speaking about it for years too. Like it wasn't like
a newsflash. It was like ongoing.
It wasn't like the weight of having come out with it was all too much for her to bear.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The timing was off. Like she was happy. She's healthy. Yeah, so it's just funny that they like pretended to like demote him when it's like you would have to like burn the whole place down to get rid of all the pedophiles that are that family.
That family's crazy. Okay, is there anything else you want to touch on? We're almost at 3 hours.
Oh yeah. Let me see here.
It's probably
I mean, I think we covered a lot today.
We did.
Yep. Feel pretty complete with this. It's a good launching off point. I feel like we should just release it all as like one thing.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty connected to itself. And then maybe we'll either post every 2 weeks, or we will post every week with shorter episodes depending on the vibe. Yeah. No promises. Don't hold me to that.
Yeah, we've tried this before.
We are mothers. We're on mom time. So.
We work.
We will see you before next year for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for listening, you guys.
We'll see you next time.
Blessings.